The therapy couch is now open. Therapy session is available right now as your San Antonio Spurs season has come to an end. Losing to the New York Knicks in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, 94-90. Yeah, NBA champions, well, they now reside in the Big Apple, the New York Knicks. First of all, congratulations, Knicks. Way to go. Y'all were ultimately the better team.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys. Enjoy that championship. New York City, I am an adopted New Yorker. I know y'all are loving it right now. I feel for you guys. Go celebrate. But this is Spurs in Focus, and we're going to put the Spurs season in focus right now. Welcome to a live episode of Spurs in Focus right here on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts. Subscribe to Spurs in Focus on Substack. Go check it out right now. It is completely free. Sign up and make sure to follow that guy you see your screen on next at The Sports Answer. He is Mr. Rudy Campos of The Sports Answer. I am Jeff Garcia, longtime Spurs writer in San Antonio. Follow me on X at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So in the intro, Spurs season has come to an end. They see the championship be given to the Knicks in their gym. Rudy, this is the first time we've seen this in San Antonio history with the visiting team won on the Spurs home court.
I think so. Because was it Miami's win against the Spurs in Miami? Game? What was it?
Yeah,
because they lost
the Spurs
game.
God. No. When they lost,
Ray Allen hit that three.
No, they lost in Miami because the next game was in Miami.
Okay, yeah. So then, this is the first time that a title's been won on Spurs soil.
Title hopes are all but over as the Spurs lost. Simple as that. And Rudy, let's start off with general observations, everybody. We're going to start off with just what do we thought about the game as a whole. Then we're going to get into our takeaways. Rudy's going to give his takeaways, turning point, standout player, standout stats, and then wrap it up with you guys, your comments. Start filling up the comment section. Rudy's manning that right now. So, and by the way, super chats are open. If you feel generous tonight, maybe you want to just help us here, give us a super chat. Rudy and I would definitely appreciate it. Rudy, I want to start things off by this. Stop me if you've heard this before. Hey, Spurs big lead. Knicks cut it close at the halftime. Hey, back and forth in third quarter. It's a close game going to the fourth period. Knicks win. That has been the freaking tail of the tape for all 5 games. Nothing changed at all. It was the same thing. Rudy, I kept on telling Spurs fans and everybody who will listen to me, this game will not start until the second half. I don't give a bleep if the Spurs have a 20-point lead at halftime because guess what, everybody? The Spurs had a double-figure lead, and they blew it again. Sound familiar? It's exactly what's happening. The script kept on flipping over and over. It was the same thing, Rudy. There was no difference. But what did stand out is this Spurs team, as constructed right now, we'll see what happens in the offseason. It ain't it. It ain't it. I did not see a clutch gene in this team, including Wemby. I bring that up because Mr. Number One, the franchise player. Rudy, would you be shocked if in clutch time, because the game was still close, it was still just a 1 or 2 point separation in the last 5 minutes. Mr. Wembanyama had 1 point in clutch time. Stars rise up to the challenge, right? So in clutch, it was Wemby with 1 point. What about Brunson in the clutch period? 7 points for the Knicks. He rose to the occasion. Wemby did not. I know you're going to say, well, it's the crew, the cast, and everything. No, big pressure games, your stars have to shine. Brunson shined brightest. Wemby didn't. Look, Harper, he did a heroic chance to keep the Spurs alive, and he did. He did throughout the entire game. 20-plus points off the bench just wasn't enough. Castle was MIA. Are you sure that Fox is not wearing a Knicks jersey, Rudy? Are you positive about that? Because last I checked, he wears a Spurs jersey. He was just atrocious tonight in Game 5. So overall, my thoughts are just rinse, repeat, Same thing over again. The Spurs couldn't see that. I saw poor mismanagement down the stretch. I saw just unintelligent basketball. Instead of boxing out Mitchell Robinson for a key offensive rebound, Rudy, why did they just surround him, make a circle around him, and not even put a body on him? The game was only a 2-point lead for the Knicks in the last seconds of the game. And it was like plenty of time for the Spurs to still get in it.
Yeah.
They don't foul right away. They let nearly 10 seconds go off the clock until about 8 seconds left when they decided to foul. From rinse, repeat, lather, poor game mismanagement, Spurs stars or star Wemby not showing up. Rudy, the Spurs, they did this to themselves, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, we had completely said that, through the first 4 games, they were the best team in the series. I mean, they were up double digits leads to start the game in every single game. They had a double digit lead in this game as well. And of course, it was a fourth quarter collapse. This time it happened a lot earlier than the fourth quarter or the end of the fourth quarter. Kudos to New York, man. They wanted it more. They showed they wanted it more. This just meant a lot more to them than it did the San Antonio Spurs. And we'll call a spade there. I do want to say that, congratulations, as you mentioned, congratulations to the Knicks. I know you're a former New Yorker there. I lived there for 20 years, but I also like the fact that I saw Charles Oakley in the arena. He was able to watch the Knicks win the title. Guys like Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, a lot of these older Knicks players that we all watched growing up. So they deserve it. The city, not so much, Jeff. The players, and they did deserve it. But nonetheless, when it comes to the Spurs, I mean, it's just like the perfect magic act. It was a disappearing act again. And, your best player in the entire series is a rookie out of Rutgers. The entire series, your best player was a rookie out of Rutgers. It goes to coaching. It goes to the rotation. It goes to a lot of different reasons as to why the San Antonio Spurs did not come out with a Larry O'Brien trophy. Times when Dylan Harper should have been there in the fourth quarter. He should have been the one to take over. He should have been able to be the one to take the shots, not Fox. And you know what? Not even Victor Wembanyama. Victor seemed to have disappeared a lot in these fourth quarters. And if you want to be considered generational, you've got to prove that you are a clutch person in the NBA. And he really didn't do that in this series. So could it have been, could we all make excuses and say the exhaustion from a very battle-tested Minnesota and OKC just came back and haunted them? I can't use that same excuse. Why? Because you battled your ass off in 2 of the toughest series in the playoffs to get to this point. And then you shit the bed. I mean, I'm sorry for cussing, but you shit the bed. And it's exactly what happened. You were the best team for 3.5 quarters in pretty much every single game, and yet you can't get it done. What happens in the offseason? You're probably going to have to go get someone that can close out these games for you. So it's going to cost you a pretty penny.
I thought his name was Wemby as your closer. He is your franchise guy. He needs to rise to the occasion. He really didn't at all for the most part of this series.
I mean, is this the time where you see people putting him on a milk carton saying that he's missing? Because seriously. No, I mean, seriously, if you don't look at this team and say, well, you're going to blame De'Aaron Fox. Okay, blame De'Aaron Fox. He had a really horrible series. You can go to Steph Castle, who had good games, but in the game that they needed him the most, he goes 1 for 10 from the field. 0 for 3, and not for what, 4 free throws. He only finished his game with 2 points. So, I mean, a very unlikely scenario for Steph Castle. And then again, Wemby, 1 of 6 from 3, 7 of 19 from the field. I mean, but he did knock down 4 free throws out of 5 today. He was better on the free throw line than he was last game. But 19 points, 1 point in clutch time. Your best players probably, Jeff, are Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, and Julian Champagny. Those 3 guys are the reason why the Spurs were in a lot of these games. And, again, kudos to the Knicks. They came out, they wanted it more. I think when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, they need to go back in. They need to go in the offseason. They need to look at their board. They need to look at their roster, and they need to figure out, okay, we put one of the deepest teams together, yet we were only, 8 guys deep into the NBA Finals. We couldn't use a guy like Harrison Barnes when Luke Cornett was getting his ass toasted. I mean, that should probably be his nickname after this, is Toast, because he was getting burned on every single play. We said, use Harrison Barnes in Cornett's spot. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I mean, no adjustment.
Championship experience. But now, guy that'll settle the boys down.
What was one of my takeaway or my keys to the victory and the takeaway from the last game? Grow a pair of balls. If you're a
Yeah.
coach in the NBA Finals, you have no next series. You've got to try something. But again, good season for San Antonio. They were playing with house money. Nobody expected them to be here.
Yep, that's
So
true.
this is house money right here. They got to the finals. They got their toes wet. Now, when they get here again, if they get here again, they got to go
Yeah.
full body in the cold water and
Yeah.
just suck it up and make it happen.
I wonder, Rudy, this is a Spurs team that went from the darlings of the NBA, the up and coming team. Safe to say they're the biggest chokers right now. Think about it. They've choked how many double figure leads, including the biggest one in NBA history in Game 4. They I'm not exaggerating. Go look at the box score, everybody. In pretty much every game, even the game they won, they've choked double figure leads. And I'm afraid that label's going to stick with them for a while. They're chokers. They choke. They choke when the bright lights are there.
It's not the first time that the Spurs have had that label put on them. I mean, back to when the Robinson era, even in the Duncan era, Jeff, there was a point in the Tim Duncan era where you knew they were going to blow a fourth quarter lead every single time. I mean, Spurs fans, do your research on that. Is this going to follow them? It's going to follow them. Let me ask you this, because this is a fair question. They got to the finals. Can you legitimately play the inexperienced card? I mean, you're talking about OG Anunoby already won an NBA title. You're talking about Jalen Brunson.
Yes, he did, but he didn't play in that series.
Okay, no, but he was a significant part of Toronto.
Okay.
And then he was a very significant part of the Knicks, while he's been there. You got Jalen Brunson, who's been the best player in the NBA playoffs this year. I mean, he's just taking it to a whole different level. Karl Anthony Towns was not a non-factor this whole NBA final series, in my opinion. He had maybe 1 game, 2 games.
Yeah.
But you've got also, guys like Shamet. You got guys like Clarkson. A lot of these other guys, these veterans that have been in the league for a very long time. So I'm not making excuses. I don't need to make excuses because I don't play on the San Antonio Spurs. Doesn't really bother me. But I'm asking you, can you play the inexperienced card knowing that you went against a team full of veterans?
I think you probably can. But nevertheless, you also can't, because you had how many double figure leads?
No, and I get that. But inexperience does say that you get complacent. You don't want to push the envelope too far. So we just want to keep that lead instead of continue to add to that lead. And inexperience doesn't mean just players. It's the coaching staff as well.
Mitch showed his inexperience in this game and throughout the series. And what burned me, and I think a lot of Spurs fans, and even maybe some national media, asked Charles Barkley what he said at halftime.
Yeah.
Mitch had to set aside any personal feelings he has with Fox and sit him. Leading into Game 5, what did Mitch Johnson say? Fox and I, we bonded during All-Star break, and I got to know him a lot better. He will be down the stretch. He will have the ball in his hands if it's a close game, and he will get his touches. And I believe he will come through when we need him to. And he did not at all. Barkley even addressed that at halftime. Even though the Spurs had a lead, it was a little comfortable. Barkley even said that Mitch has to wise up and just tell Fox, sorry, you ain't going to go. It's give it to Harper. Now, for the most part, Harper did play in significant minutes. As a matter of fact, Rudy, I thought when it was pregame and it was announced at that time that Cornette was not going to play, or unavailable, or questionable, I should say, because of illness, I thought those minutes were going to go to Harper. I said, that makes sense. Play small ball, play a guy that this Knicks team doesn't have an answer for. And once again, we saw that in Game 5. The Knicks didn't have an answer for him. He torched them.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, here we are. I think Mitch should have set aside his boy and said, hey, I'm sorry, man. Statistically, every way you slice it, the young buck is a little better than you, and you got to play. Maybe don't use those words. Just say, hey, we're going to make a game decision, and we're going to have Harper take some of your minutes, and you'll be out there, but not as much. Yeah. Definitely not in the waning moments of the game. Rudy, I repeat, are you sure Harper is a Spur? Because 7 points for the game, Rudy. That's all he had. And look, You come
Harper?
into this team, Rudy, with the label of the co-star, the guy that's supposed to be the sidekick, to step up if Wemby's not playing well, and he did not for perhaps all of this series, Rudy. Look, that comes with the territory. If you get the shine for being, the co-star, you also have to get the shine when you just sucked. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you said Harper, but I think you meant Fox.
I'm sorry, Fox. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
okay. I was
Fox.
gonna
Yes,
say
Fox.
I don't want the
Thank
fans
you.
to get pissed off on that.
Yeah, sorry, I meant Fox, everybody.
Okay, so Fox, yeah, I mean, he came in. Everybody always complained about San Antonio not able to get another star, and you won't be able
Yeah.
to get a star. Nobody wants to come here. They ended up trading for De'Aaron Fox. We've got a full season of De'Aaron Fox with San Antonio, and we saw an offseason with them. We saw Mitch Johnson, everybody. If you look at one side of the curtain, Jeff, I mean, 62 wins for this team.
Yes.
Fox was a key component against Portland, Minnesota, and even Oklahoma City. He had good games there. He even had bad games here. When it came to the NBA Finals, was the stage a little bit too big for him? Possibly so. He did not have a great NBA Finals. Reminds me of a former San Antonio Spurs championship team when Tony Parker was getting outplayed by Jason Kidd, and Speedy Claxton, who we can consider Dylan Harper Speedy Claxton, came in to save the day in just about every single game. So, yeah, I think in this situation, if you're Mitch Johnson, I get it. You love De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is probably going to be here next year anyway. I mean, they're probably not going to move him in the offseason, but you want to trust your point guard. You want to trust the guy that got you there, but you also have to believe and trust in yourself and say, you know what, Darren, I get it. You're struggling, man. Let me bring you off the bench.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper is going to get the keys to this team. We have nothing to lose right now. We need to make something happen. So I get that there's loyalty, Jeff, and I've said it before. There's no loyalty in the NBA no more when it comes to players. But even as a coach, man, you've got to be able to pull your player aside and say, I get it. You're supposed to be our second best player, but right now you're struggling. Let me bring you off the bench. What did Bobby Knight say one time? You want the best motivation for a basketball player is to sit his ass on the bench because nobody wants to be on the bench in winning time. No. So that's the best motivation. That's the best quote from Bobby Knight that I've ever heard. One of the best quotes I've ever heard from him. And that's the same thing you've got to go with De'Aaron Fox, man. Hey, I'm going to have to sit you, and we're going to play Harper these minutes. We're going to start him. We'll have you come off the bench. But again, it's about Mitch. Maybe does Mitch not want to hurt people's feelings? I mean, again, Jeff, I saw
politics with that stupid comment.
I saw no yelling, no pissed off, no nothing. Just and even like I texted the guys, I'm like, does Mitch get a bonus at the end of the year for not taking any timeouts? If he saves all his timeouts, does he get a bonus? Again, they went on a 10-0 run. They went on another run, no timeout. Let's see if we can stop this run here. It's a lot of different stuff you can go at, and the biggest thing is loyalty with Fox. I get it. Yeah. I totally get it, but you got to grow a pair and you got to make some moves, man. If it's not working the first game, second game, third game, you got to move.
How quick does Pop make that move? Does Pop make the move like faster, or he sticks?
Yeah.
Because remember, Pop had a history of sticking with veterans. He didn't like younger players.
Yeah. Okay, so he sticks with veterans, but I mean, Harper's a rookie. Does that play any part of it? I mean, to me, it doesn't. Harper's a veteran before he even stepped the foot into the NBA. I mean, he was a star before he stepped onto the NBA court. So, I mean, you asked me that question, but Pop didn't hesitate to pull Tony.
That's true.
For Speedy. And he knew Speedy Claxton was the better player. Did he tell Tony that he was the better player? Probably not. He just said, you know what? I'm going to go with my boy Bob Knight. I'm going to sit your ass on the bench on winning time, and Speedy Claxton's going to play. You don't, as a head coach, Jeff, you don't give a shit what your player feels. Forget feelings. F feelings. You don't care. You have to do what's right for the team. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's why you're in charge. No player should be bigger than the head coach. Who cares about feelings? You are there to win a game as best as you can. Don't care. I don't care about feelings at any point at any time of the game.
You know, did this game, this closeout game for the Knicks and the elimination game for the Spurs, that this game actually rise. Well, what actually I'm saying, like bring to the surface the youth, the young coaching, the young inexperience, veterans that didn't show up, thus making the bulk of the job back on the youth. And it just collapsed. It just collapsed. And I bring that up is because it just felt like again Fox was MIA. Barnes didn't play at all, and Cornette was a non-factor in this series at all. He was.
I had more of an impact than Cornette did.
But the point is just that maybe the roster makeup, maybe it just wasn't built for a deep postseason run. You know what I'm trying to get at? Maybe get into the season. It was like, man, we have a good team. We're gonna have a nice playoff run, but yeah, maybe conference finals, semifinals.
It's house money, Jeff. I just told you. Yeah. You expected the Spurs to win 44 to 45 plus games.
Yes.
You expected them, You expected a play-in at minimum. And I remember telling you, I've got them play them at minimum, but you know what? I said I have them in the playoffs, 5th or 6th seed. That was me at the very beginning, man. Mm-hmm. Very beginning. When they said, okay, they're the number 2 seed, I never had that period. 62 games, never had that period. Beating Portland, okay, I felt they could beat Portland. Go against Minnesota, it was going to be tough, but I had them beating Minnesota. I absolutely was super down on OKC. I hated OKC this year. I knew they weren't going to be a factor. Mm-hmm. Had they beating OKC. I never once thought they could get to the NBA Finals until I saw them become the number 2 seed overall in the NBA. We got some super chats, man. So
let's get to them.
So Austin, man, we love you, Austin.
Austin, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing okay and you're on the therapy couch. We're gonna open it up soon. The therapy couch will be open later.
Says we weren't losing because we weren't good enough. We were losing because we still had lessons left to learn. And this breaks my heart because you never know if you ever get back to this again. Mm-hmm. Very sad and heartbroken right now. And that's kind of what I think I was saying a little while ago with you was, does the inexperience card, do you play it here? I mean, this team was a 45-win team on paper. You didn't expect them to get to 62 wins. Check mark that off. They surpassed that. Then you go and say, okay, we're the number 2 seed overall in the NBA. Did not expect that at all. You go into the playoffs, you pretty much steamroll Portland. You beat the brakes off of Minnesota, those games that you do beat them. Mm-hmm. And you take supposedly the best team in the NBA, and you handle them. You get to the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. To me, this was house money. This is lessons learned. I love what Austin said. What do you have on that?
Yes, I am with you, Austin. It is sad. It's heartbreaking. And what's even more heartbreaking is you look at recent NBA history. When was the last time you had a repeat title champion? Let alone
the 8th different champion.
8 different champions. So that's how difficult it's been, not only to get back, but to even defend as a champion. Yeah. Next season, OKC is going to have revenge on their mind and are probably going to be reloaded. I think they have a top 10, top 12 pick in the draft.
They have a 12th pick, yeah.
12 pick?
They have 2, 12 and 17, I believe.
Great, phenomenal. You're going to have teams that are on the rise. Portland, we all saw they're a team on the rise. Utah is a team on the rise.
Yeah.
What else? Look at your own backyard, Dallas, Cooper Flag. He had a phenomenal rookie. That team.
Kyrie Irving's coming back.
So, yeah, I think the Spurs saw an opportunity to slip through their fingers because every year it's rinse, repeat. Well, guess what? It's rinse, repeat again. The West is going to get stronger. And if reports are coming out that maybe Giannis wants to ship from the East to the West, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So that's what sucks. And yes, I get it. The lessons learned and everything, and they fell flat on their face. The biggest fall on their face was Game 4, 29-point lead blown. So, yeah, and it's going to be tough for this team to pick up the pieces. And you know what? It's how they went out, Rudy. Dare I say they look like chumps right now? They look like chumps to the NBA world right now because you won multiple double-figure leagues, including the worst choke job ever in NBA history, and you go out like this. You crazy. Go out like chumps on your court. Can't even just force a game 6. Make it respectable. Do they think that the worst of the NBA world probably looks at this team as just a bunch of chumps right now? Like
No, I
maybe
don't.
like maybe okay, maybe the word is overrated.
That's a very good point, and I
Mhm,
see where you're going with it. I'm not gonna say overrated, man. I mean, the they held the lead. They hit a double digit lead for majority of the games for every single game. I mean, if you were overrated, you would have probably gotten blown out in one of these games, maybe two of these games. You would have gotten
mhm.
exposed. And you know what? They got exposed in the point of they don't have a clutch player. That's it. I mean, if the games were only played in 3 quarters, Jeff, they would have swept the Knicks 4-0. Time
Mhm.
is over, done. Um, but the New York Knicks have one clutch player, possibly two, with OG
Yeah,
Anunoby and
OG,
Jalen
yeah.
Brunson. So that's what I'm saying. It's just the guys that have been there in the league for a long time, that have been there, throughout the playoffs, that have made long playoff runs. That kind of caught up to San Antonio. And then you go to the coaching staff. I was super high on Mitch and the coaching staff beginning of the
Mhm,
year,
me
and I
too.
said, this is probably one of the best coaching staffs in the league, and it showed. It's a really good
Yeah,
coaching staff.
and they're
But
losing a big piece. Well, technically now.
oh yeah, well, don't get me on the Sean Sweetie thing, because we had a
Yeah.
conversation about that, and it was not a good conversation to have with Derek on that. But um, the thing is that the Knicks, with Mike Brown and his coaching
Mhm.
staff, Maurice Cheeks, who's been a coach for a very long time, since right after his playing days, they've got a really good veteran coaching staff. It's just a lot of stuff, but um, at the end of the day, you can say inexperience, you
Mhm.
can say whatever you want. Knicks were just the better team in clutch time. That's it.
Yes.
They were the better team in clutch time.
Well, that goes to the experience, right?
That's why I asked
Yeah.
you way early in the show, can
Mhm.
you play the inexperience card? Because again, the Knicks only had the lead for 10% of the game.
Ay, ay, ay.
I mean, every game they've led less and less and less, but it only led when it counted, and that was at the end of the game. We got more super chats in, man.
Hit him. Let's hit him
Um,
with it.
I got all your comments are coming in. As soon as if you get a super chat in, it goes right to the front of the line, guys. So,
Yeah, you
uh,
get to interrupt us.
yeah, you get to interrupt. This is your show once you get a super chat in at Artist Jim 114, a $2 super chat. He says, we had a blast, my guys. Great year. We'll be back. I fully, and that's the thing. I
Yes,
love I
oh,
love
go
it.
ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm saying I was saying real quick. I love it because this is a team that's built to compete year in and year out. Is it a team that gets back to the finals year in and year out? That's the part, like Jeff mentioned a little while ago. You have the West that's kind of reloading a little bit in this offseason.
Mhm.
A lot of stars are going to be moving. A lot of superstars are going to be on the move this offseason. So can the Spurs make moves to compete still with everybody in the West?
They're gonna
That's
have
the
to,
key,
buddy.
Jeff. So how many times you feel like they'll be back though if they can make moves?
They make know what they need? They need an Ananobi type player. That's what they need. I
Just
know
go get
Vassell's there,
Anunoby.
and I know Vassell's there, but they need that type of that guy that is
Mhm.
consistently knocking down shots, is a reliable co-star, uh, plays defense. You got kind of something like that with Vassell, but Vassell, Ananobi, who's better? OG is. They need that
So
type of
yeah.
that type of swing forward. That's exactly what they need. Another guy, Trey Murphy the third. That's exactly what they need. That's the type of guy they need, and you have that in kind of Vassell, but again, it's
Mhm.
not to the level as those guys. And yeah, Artist Jim, yes, it was a blast. Yes, if you're to tell me this is the preseason of the 24-25 like, hey, Jeff, the Spurs are going to have a 60 plus season win. They're going to go undefeated in February. They're going to take out the defending champs, and they're going to go to the NBA Finals. I would have been,
Mhm.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But it's how they
That's what
went
I'm
out.
saying. You're playing
It's
with
how
house
they
money,
went out.
man. Well, okay, so I mean, you know me, I'm Mr. Negative on a lot of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I call it like I see it, and I'm calling it like I see it, like I always have. I don't hold anything back. I'm not a local podcast that strokes the egos of all Spurs fans to make them feel good. I don't really care, but you've got to look at it in one way: is that if you look at it from the bigger picture, this was all house money. As I'm saying, nobody had the M in the NBA Finals. Nobody, not until they became the 62 win team at they were at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Even the hot start by them. I was like, you know what? The wheels are gonna fall off. The wheels are gonna fall off. Inexperience is gonna show up. Didn't happen. They continued to steamroll everybody in the regular season. Okay, we may have something. They steamrolled Portland. They got through the whole Western gauntlet.
Hmm.
I'm like, wow, I never expected this, but why not take the Spurs to win the finals? That's when the inexperience,
Yeah,
the youth came out, was in the biggest stage of all, the NBA finals. Okay. I mean, can you be mad about this season? Nah. You shouldn't be mad.
can't be
You should
mad.
be
Yeah,
focused on it.
yeah. Remember, everybody was going to be happy with even a play-in berth.
A
That's how everybody
playoff.
was
Yeah,
happy.
playoff.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody was happy with playoffs. Oh,
yeah.
we get in the
Here's the playoffs.
playoffs.
We're
That's
good. Yeah.
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, and I
Nobody
guess
was
what
expecting that.
it just sucks because like the mountaintop was right there. It was right there. In every game, it was right there.
Mhm.
Because of the five they had. By the way, the CEO of the San Antonio Zoo just messaged me right now. He said the Spurs blew 5 double figure leads, pretty much in every single game, including the 20. So the point is that because they had these double figure leads, you thought like, yes, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna break through. They're gonna force
Yeah.
a game 6. They're gonna tie up the series with a 29-point lead in game 4, and then fell flat, just fell on their face. Think about it
Appreciate
too.
it.
This was a young Spurs team, pretty much going up against a team that was just basically men. Not to say the Spurs aren't men, but they're just young men. These were
Veterans.
seasoned veterans
Mhm.
that have been through wars, that have been through finals, that have been through just battles. They're battle scarred. Now this Spurs team, they're battle scarred now, and we'll see
Yeah.
how they translate those battle scars next season in this offseason. But no, I firmly believe Brian Wright has his work cut out this season because as
Very.
much as it was celebrated the Spurs' depth, where did Keldon Johnson go? Did he even show up for the playoffs? Is in entirety?
Yeah.
Where did Cornette go? He showed up a little bit versus the Thunder.
And why were
I
you
mean,
scared to use Harrison Barnes?
Mitch was scared. Ultimately, though, I think how it failed in the finals. I gotta go. I think the buck stops with Mitch Johnson, though. I really do. His blind
Mhm.
loyalty to Fox bit him.
Yeah,
His
I will say
inability to
that.
tell the guys there's 20 seconds left on the game clock. Game 5, your season's about to be over. The moment any guy in the blue jersey grabs that ball, you foul him right away. Don't try to trap him. Don't try to. I understand if it was like 30 seconds left, maybe okay, fine. But you were not playing with house money. It was
Mhm.
well under the game clock was off already.
Yeah.
You got to foul immediately. What else? Guys, stop throwing up threes when you're blowing away a 29-point lead. Go back to game 4, everybody. He had 2 timeouts that could have stopped the bleeding,
Did use
and
him.
he did not use it until well into the Knicks run. So the players they can only do so much, and their skill has to take over, and they got to run the plays and everything. But the buck stops with Mitch, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, he should have been a lot better coaching wise here. So yeah, it does stop with Mitch. We got 2 super chats from
All right, go for it.
Austin in here. So let me get the first one here. It says the last couple trips down the court, Harper had a good looks at the rim and missed it. And the free throws, my old coach told me when you got to make your free throws because games are won and lost because of it. You know, I'm going to tell you a true story about a free throws here.
Mm-hmm.
When I played at St. Gregory's, you know, one of the parents there, he was one of the boosters, and I'll give his name. His name is Mo Macias. Macias.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously know the last name because his daughter is Vanessa Macias.
Mm-hmm.
But Mo Macias, I missed 2 free throws in a game. Actually, I missed like 3 or 4. He said, if you miss any more free throws, you're gonna have to wear a pink shirt for the rest of the year during practice. Well, him and I had a free throw contest, and sure enough, I lost it. I wore a pink shirt for a while. But I'll be damned if I ever missed any more free
I
throws
bet
after
not.
that. Free throws are a massive point, and that's kind of one of the reasons why they lost game 4 as well. It's bad free throw shooting. So could that even go in part to the whole, inexperience part? I mean,
Yeah.
it could play a piece into that. And I want to get to this one too here because before it gets out of the way on the super chat again, Austin in here says, listen, while I'm on a roll, if I'm being too much, please tell me you are not being too much, man. You can jump in whenever you
Yeah.
need to, man. Spurs are a 29-point lead, and Victor DeCasso out of bounds mistake from being 32, chance to close it out. Those are the two biggest
Yep.
turnarounds and turning points in the entire series. Were those two right there, and I mean the Victor DeCasso
Hmm.
that was massive. I think that was kind of that turning point in the
Hmm.
series for me right there. Then blowing that 29-point lead, that was everybody that blew a
Hmm.
29-point lead, even the coaching staff. Jeff, both comments from Austin, you want to react to?
Yeah. Also, first of all, thank you again. Appreciate it. And obviously, everybody's in the moment right now. We're all caught up in the anger, upset, sadness, and the sting of it because, as you highlighted, the 29-point lead. I mean, I think that game it will be hard for me to erase my memory of. I mean, it's like one of those. Where were you when the Spurs blew a 29-point lead and made the wrong side of NBA history? For me, Ross, it's just how they went out. I didn't see a fight until I saw a fight early, but I didn't see a complete fight. It's like they're in a boxing match. They win rounds 1 through 6, but they don't show up for the rest of the rounds. It's
Yeah.
go out like dogs, man. Like put up a fight.
What
The
do you have
Knicks
to
are fighting
lose?
back. They're fighting back. Fight back. And you just saw them wilt.
Yeah, well, you don't have nothing to lose. I mean,
Yeah.
if you lose the game, the series is over. I mean, I would have thrown everything in the kitchen sink out there. I would have had Mason Plumlee out there for a few minutes. If Cornette's not getting it done, again, he's been MIA the entire series. If he's not getting it done, you went and got a Olenek. You went and got a Mason Plumlee. What worse could they have done compared to Cornette? But again, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't trust your bench, if you don't trust your gut instinct, or you don't have a gut instinct, you're probably not going to win a series. You know, I mean, Mike Brown, as much as I know he didn't want to play him. He was playing Hook Porty, their
Mm-hmm.
center with their
They
third
had no
string
choice.
center. He had no choice. But again, I mean, he put him out there and just got a body out there.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. If one of your guys is struggling, Blue Cornette, you went and signed two guys that are veterans on a team. Put them in the damn game, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you could have got a whole lot more from other guys if you would have just believed in them. Do you want to see that other super chat from Austin to
Yeah. Let me
react
see it
to?
one more time, please.
Okay, so this was the earlier one about Harper going down, and you could tell. I think Harper was gassed at the end of the game. I think he
Yeah.
was just gassed. He came up short on a
He was
couple of
breathing
shots.
heavy already.
So yeah, even the free throw when he was at the free throw line at the end of the game and he missed two of them, I think he
No,
was just gassed,
but
man.
look, I get it. I've never played pro ball, obviously.
I have,
Of course you did.
yeah,
Yeah, Rudy's actually in the Naismith Hall of Fame in the custodian
like
section. You got to go to
very
the
small print, very
and then
small print.
you pass the custodian section, you go to the men's room, and his name's next to the urinal. That's
Oh
where it is in
Jesus! Don't
pencil.
start that shit, Jeff.
Everybody's gonna go there and check it out. But yeah, look, I mean, free throws, turnovers, unintelligent plays. If you look at Game 5, the Spurs offense just evaporated in the second half.
Yeah,
This is winning time, and the Spurs didn't make the winning time plays. You look at the first half, Austin, the Spurs, handling business, out rebounded the Knicks 42-37. I'm sorry, 26-23. Excuse me. They, as far as shooting is concerned, they definitely handled that. They weren't shooting great, but at least they were maintaining 34% to the Knicks 29%. Yeah, look at fouls. It was less fouls in the first half. Biggest lead for the Spurs was 16 in the first half. But then you flip to the second half and you just see, that's money time. That's winning time. It was the Knicks that out rebounded the Spurs 25-21. It was the Knicks again making their free throws, 76% shooting to the Spurs 46% shooting for the free throw line. The Knicks got to the free throw line 21 times. Spurs got to the free throw line 13 times in the second half. Who's being the more aggressive team? Offensive rebounds, every little one counts, right? They out offensive rebounded the Spurs 7-6. Yeah. Fewer turnovers, 3-5 in the second half. My point is, this was a team, the Knicks, that just kept things close because I think they're probably getting into this game based on the last 4 games, thinking if we just keep it close to this young Spurs team, we can break them. Just as much as the Spurs were probably thinking, hey, in that first half in MSG in game 4, we were wrecking them. How many times do we have a double figure lead on this team? Let's go with that. The Knicks round were probably thinking, hey, just keep it close and we'll break their spirits in the second half, and especially in the fourth period. So you just see, tale of two halves again. Who makes the better plays, the smarter plays? A veteran-led team like the Knicks.
Yeah, if they the games were 3.5 quarters, the Spurs would be NBA champions this year.
By the way, we're starting to have hear from Mitch Johnson right now.
Yeah.
He was asked, just about the whole NBA playoff finals experience. He says, I don't think anybody other than the people in that room, the locker room, expected us to be here. There's a lot of good in that. There's a lot of pain in just what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So again, he's even saying that, nobody. If you at the beginning of the season, if you had the Spurs penciled in for the finals, I would have said, yeah, right. I would have had Thunder Boston probably. Basically what I probably would have had.
Yeah, I would have laughed at your face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being dead honest. I would have laughed in your face. You got another one in here, Jeff. From Austin again. Don't want to start this, but is Fox on the trading block because of the last 2 games of the series?
Yeah, right.
I want to state on record, I don't think we should trade Fox, but I might get pushed back on that. I've been on the Fox bandwagon since way before he got traded here, when we knew he was going to get traded here. And I'm telling you right now, unless it's part of a Giannis deal, which I don't even think they would include him in a Giannis deal, I don't see Fox being moved in this offseason. You got to understand 2 things. One thing about San Antonio, you still have Pop, you still have RC, you still got guys from the old school. Those guys tend to be loyal. Now, Fox didn't have a Richard Jefferson career in San Antonio. He's done a lot more than Richard Jefferson has. So, you look at the numbers, you look at the money that they're paying him. Again, it goes back to what he did in Sacramento. I mean, he's owed that money to whatever team he goes to. He's owed that kind of contract. So Spurs knew they were going to pay him. They knew that they were going to give him that contract. They gave it to him. He accepted it. If I'm not mistaken, he actually took less money, right? Couldn't he have gotten a little bit more?
I can't remember. But I'll take your word for it then. Maybe he could have.
I'm going to take my word for it. I'm not too sure on that, but overall, I don't think he gets moved in the offseason.
No, he doesn't.
They definitely go probably another year with him. I do expect them to maybe put him and Harper in the backcourt to start the year as your starting backcourt, meaning maybe somebody from that starting 5 does get moved. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's moved in the offseason. What do you think?
He's too expensive, and it's still too raw. Everybody in the basketball world stage saw Fox vanish and not be that guy. He was just. This was probably, he had a bad game 5. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
But no, unfortunately, I think he's here for one more year, unless a mega deal happens and let's just say like Milwaukee wants to blow it up and all right, Spurs, here's Giannis, but we're gonna need to match the salaries, and
he could request a trade. I mean, let's be honest, he could request a trade, but I don't think he does. His family wants to be here. I mean, his wife's from San Antonio, so I mean, his family wants to be here. He wants to be here. I think everybody, let's put it this way. Let's get to the off season. When all this blows over, you've forgiven guys before. I mean, it's just a part of basketball. It's just a part of sport nature, man. Somebody has a horrible game, a horrible series. You want them out of town. It's not the first time we've ever heard that. Once the season starts, season gets going again, all is forgotten, man. So no, I think he's still here next year.
We got more words from Mitch Johnson following the Spurs loss in game 5. Quote, we improved a whole lot this year. We still have a lot now. I don't know who means that. Oh, we have a lot now of more motivation to continue to get better. And that's the thing. This will go down as one of the best Spurs team in franchise history. It will be. They made a run to the finals. They made a finals appearance. They get to be ranked up there among the best Spurs squads in history. But that's the thing too. It's still not a perfect roster. The roster is not good, and it was exposed. this Spurs team wasn't
Hmm.
deep after all. It wasn't. Mitch was probably going 6, 7 guys deep in this playoff run. And
Yeah, in the playoff run, he was at least eight,
at least
maybe
8.
nine.
You saw the Knicks, how long they were going, what, 9, 10?
They were going, yeah, 9 or
Yeah,
10.
I mean, they
on the
were going
Rockets.
to Clarkson and Sohan. They were going
Yeah,
deep.
even Sohan got playing time. That's
Sohan got
crazy.
playing there. By the way, you see Sohan try to rile up Wemby during the game.
Sohan's a punk, man.
Yeah.
He should have never. I mean, that's one of those should have never been drafted. He was a second round pick on my NBA draft board. When they took him,
Mm-hmm.
I completely was like, I have no idea what you're doing, but hey, who am I to question RC and Pop, right? I mean, they
Yeah.
know best, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. By the way, if you say anything
Brian
negative about
Wright.
the Spurs end of the season right now, fans are going to tell you how to fan Rudy. So be ready for that.
Oh, I don't care.
No,
I don't
they're
pay
already telling me
attention.
that. They're already telling me I'm just putting stuff out there like, hey, isn't it possible this team could be viewed as a bunch of choke artists? Because technically
Oh,
they did choke away. And now I'm being told I'm being too negative as a fan.
well,
I can't fan Rudy. I can't fan the way I want to.
this is your Victor's not a generational talent moment, Jeff. Because remember when I said that,
That's right.
I had national guys and everybody, national media were like, "Oh, he is okay." Try to
Yeah.
convince me. I'll bully me into saying he is. It's not going to work. Trust me.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, let's circle back to the Game 5 loss. We're going to take a break and give our takeaways in a few seconds.
Before you
Major
do,
takeaways.
super
Right,
chat.
we
Got
got another
another
one.
one.
Okay.
This is from Brother BKL Sports Entertainment Show. It says, guys, I want to say this is the best season in NBA, but your teams are not looking great. So good game, Spurs fan. Unfortunately, this is it for you guys. You're going to Cancun, but at least you welcome the champion of New
Isn't technically
York.
everybody going to Cancun now? Even the Knicks after their
Even the Knicks. They got to go on a parade view first, but then
they
they
got to
go
go to the
to
Canyon
Cancun.
of Champions, man.
You know what, dude?
Man.
I'm taking off the Spurs in focus hat and I'm putting the NBA in focus hat. I completely 100% agree with brother BK here because this season, Jeff, I've watched more basketball this season
Yeah.
than I have in the last
Yeah.
10 years, maybe, of covering basketball. I enjoyed this season 100%. This was a great NBA season. I don't know what it was either. It was just a great NBA season.
Yeah. Yeah. It really was a fun NBA season. The good news is because the Spurs had a deep playoff run, the offseason not going to be too long. There's that. Yeah, I think the draft is next week or a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Vegas
June. Was it
Summer
June
League
23rd?
starts. Yeah.
10 days.
Vegas. Yeah, about 10 days. Vegas Summer League starts like almost like the day after at the rate they go. And then so there's that. We got some more comments from Mitch Johnson. He was asked about the locker room vibe, and he says, quote, the general sentiment is that I want them to feel all the emotion. I feel that too. Whatever they feel, that's real. That's what is competitiveness. That's what makes you better. That's what pushes you to continue to improve in the dark, long hours when nobody's around. We improved a whole lot this year. We still have a lot now. Motivation to get better. So he's saying, like, yeah, everybody's hurting, and rightfully so, man. I mean, you lose on your own gym, man, and they raised the trophy. Hey, look, I guess what comes around goes around. 99 Spurs raised the title trophy in MSG. Now the Knicks raised their trophy in San Antonio. Yeah. So, my God. I can get it. What I'm saying, going back to Game 5 loss, I think it was just a culmination of what we all thought would raise its head, and it did, which was the inexperience. And that goes to coaching too. It finally caught up with them. It's just at the worst possible time. You saw that, just bad decision making on the coaching part, bad substitutions. Mitch Johnson was hampered with a shortened rotation. He couldn't go deep. Fox just vanished. Castle's kind of escaping this too. Where was Castle too?
I've been saying too, Castle hasn't had a great NBA Finals as well. I mean, he's had maybe one good game, but 2 points without the free throws. He's 2 points on the night. I mean, he didn't have a great NBA Finals as well. So all the hatred for Fox, I understand, but there's a lot of other guys. I mean, if you're gonna put a lot of blame on Fox, you can put some of Fox's blame. You can put it on Wemby as well. I
Oh yeah.
mean, Wemby disappeared a whole lot in this NBA Finals. Stephon Castle, in probably the biggest game in Spurs history, goes for 1 of 10, I believe, was shooting from the
Hmm.
field. I mean, so yeah, 1 of 10, 2 points on the night without those free
Yeah.
throws. I mean, you can look at, well, but what did our bench do? We only had one guy who was the MVP of this
Hmm.
entire NBA Finals for the Spurs, and Dylan
Yeah.
Harper, who did anything on the bench.
Hmm.
So you could point the finger everywhere you want to point it. You can point it at one player. You want Fox gone, great. You want so and so gone, absolutely. Do whatever. But when it comes down to it, this entire team, with the exception of the three players that I mentioned, that everybody just was
Yeah.
completely gone, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, brother BKO. He said the team's not looking good. I think the future is bright for the Spurs if they play it right, if they tweak it right. I'm not saying blow it up. I'm saying tweak it. Unfortunately, you're going to be having Fox in a Spurs uniform next season. That's not going to happen again, barring any major deal. It'll have to be a
Yeah.
big time deal for
Because his
Fox to do it.
contract has to match
Yeah.
a contract coming
Yes.
in or a couple of
Yes.
contracts coming in. There's no, bench guys making,
Yeah.
enough money like that you want to trade for
Yeah,
anyway. So
exactly. But
it's
barring
gotta
that,
match.
no. If anything, probably after next season is when they'll start entertaining it. Now, I think
Mhm,
Harper is going to make them really question about maybe benching Fox. That could be on the table
mhm.
because I Harper, he's not a bench player, man. He's not. He
No,
is a legit starter, and he demands legit starting minutes. Unless he's willing to take the 6-man role, but that's Keldon's, and unless they ship Keldon off, that's it.
is it
And
is it Keldon's? I mean, is it? I'm just asking.
is it? Oh no! Oh well, no. After this
I
crap
mean,
performance he had in the playoffs,
he didn't
I don't
even really
know.
have a good end of the season, but okay. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, let's oh, thank you, brother BKO. We appreciate that. Let's take a quick
uh,
break. When we get back,
right.
we're going to continue talking about the Game 5 loss. The Spurs lose, eliminated in the NBA Finals. New York Knicks are the new NBA. Can we say we can't say world champions anymore because remember that they're now NBA champions.
Yeah, they're
And
NBA champ.
congratulations to the Knicks. Congratulations. All right, when we get back, we got some takeaways from Game 5, and then turning point, standout stats, etc. And then you guys, Spurs and focus comments. We'll get to that in just a few seconds.
As the new leader of the Decepticons, I command you to subscribe to Spurs in Focus.
See, they need a Mumra. They need a dog like that the Spurs can use next season to hopefully.
I don't know where they can get one, to be honest.
Oh, it's Rudy Campos.
Well, no, I retired a long time ago, man.
All
I
right, he's
can't do
retired.
this. I'm retired.
Welcome back to a live episode of Spurs in Focus. After your San Antonio Spurs season has come to an end, losing 94-90 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, they lose the series 4-1. And the New York Knicks, congratulations. You are the new NBA champions. And I'm pretty sure New York City is going crazy right
We've
now.
got some comments about New York that have come in, so
Okay. We'll
uh,
get to them shortly.
yeah,
All right, some quick takeaways from the game. I hope I loaded them. And did I load them? No, I did not. Let me go and put them up here for you guys.
sure.
Rudy, we do have a super chat?
No. I'm just putting
Oh,
comments like we normally do. I'll let you know if we do.
okay. Sorry.
You can load the takeaways if you need to, but
Okay,
while you
go
load
ahead.
the takeaways, I'll comment here
Sure.
on a couple of things. So while Jeff's doing that, I mean, the positive side to a lot of things is, again, you played with house money, you got to the NBA Finals. That is a huge bonus. You probably will see the exact same team with the exception of a revamped bench coming in. If I'm not mistaken, the key free agents are who Julian Champagny, I think, is the key free agent this offseason. I've seen a couple of people say let him walk because he's going to
Hmm.
cost a lot of money.
Interesting.
That is something to keep an eye on. I think another team pays him out the yazoo, and
Mm-hmm.
will the Spurs match? That's going to be something to watch. I think that's probably the biggest thing to watch in this offseason is whether Julian gets that bag from San Antonio, because that could affect who stays with San Antonio when their contracts are coming up as
Mhm.
well. So,
Yeah.
but I do think they go and they kind of look at everybody when it comes to revamping the bench here in San Antonio. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that, to me,
Yeah.
that's the main focus is right there.
Yeah, and also too, as much as Victor probably doesn't want to, he needs to add more size.
It's
I think
hard.
he
It's
needs to
so
put more
hard.
size on.
It's
It's gonna be
hard. You
hard
and I
because
are
of his
about to say.
frame.
Yeah.
Unlike this guy who's short and can pack it on quick.
Yeah.
All right, I got my takeaways right here. I'm just gonna kick them off here, Rudy.
Okay.
Your franchise player vanished, and that's Victor Wembanyama. Talked about it. He did not rise to the occasion when they needed him in clutch time. Again, the score wasn't completely out of control. The Spurs were only up or down by 2-3 points. That's it. It was time for
Yeah.
Victor to shine, and he did not. 1 point in clutch time, while Jalen Brunson had 7. Star players rise to the occasion. Brunson did. Wemby didn't. Chokers. I should put a question mark behind that. I meant to do that, but are they now considered chokers because they choked away 5 leads, including the massive 29-point lead, or is this just inexperience? And finally, players go MIA. And I'm talking about you, Fox, Castle, Keldon, Cornette. A lot of players that this team relied on throughout the regular season and postseason just were not there. So that kind of leads me to a kind of a 3B, if I can add a 3B to my takeaways, because we saw the players just not perform on the court. Again, do you give that kind of a pass to Mitch? Because he can rally Keldon as much as he can, but Keldon has to perform. Do you think we're being too hard on the player side of performance and then pushing it back on Mitch?
You can't blame Mitch Johnson for what the players do on the
Mhm.
court. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of times where you could look at Mitch Johnson and be like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? I get that part.
Mhm.
But when you're going 8 3-pointers missed in a row, that's not Mitch's fault. When you're making careless turnovers, that's not Mitch Johnson's fault. So I think it's, when it comes to the players on the court, it's their job. They know that their job, and
Mhm.
Mitch puts them in the right place at the right time. And yeah, he's has a lot of questionable calls and stuff. And there's sometimes you're thinking, what are you doing? But it's what they do on the court. They have to execute. And then when they went cold in that 29-point
Mhm.
law, or they gave up that 20-point line lead that they had, you could just see that it was panic mode. Panic mode. They were
Yeah.
shooting 3 after 3. Well, and it's funny because Julian Champagny actually said it yesterday on Sirius XM with Eddie Johnson and Termini. He had said, basically we just kind of just got away from what we did in the first half. And you're thinking, well, why did you get away from that if it was working?
Yeah.
It seemed like they were doing the same thing, but they just weren't attacking the basket like they were. They were relying on that
Mhm.
point line. And again, you live by the 3, you're gonna die by the 3. And again, you're right on the I'm gonna go through yours real quick on number 1, the franchise player vanished. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I I get so much shit from everybody when it comes to him. You don't consider him generational. You don't consider, and I mean, I'm sorry, I really can't. A generational player, I get, can vanish a time or two here or there, but you can't vanish multiple times in a
Mhm.
playoff series. And I'm forget the playoff series in a playoff run. We saw him kind of vanish a little bit in OKC series, in the Minnesota series. I mean, he's lost his cool a lot in a lot of this playoffs, picking up 3 flagrant fouls in this
Mhm.
entire playoff.
Got away with one in game 5. Got away with one.
Well, to be honest, if they would have won this game, the NBA will review it. They more than likely would have given him a flagrant one for that because
Mhm.
that is the rules. So, I mean, you gotta be a better franchise player. And again, I'm gonna rinse and repeat this as much as I can. If you want to be considered generational, you have to dominate at one thing, one skill on both ends of the court.
Mhm.
You have not dominated one thing on the offensive side of the court. You can't dominate the paint because you're not in there long enough. And when you are, you're the most unstoppable player. Oh, you can shoot the 3. He went 4 of 6 from 3-point line. He's a great 3-point shooter. The next 3 games, he's 1 of 8, 2 of 9. That is not generational. You've got to be able to dominate one area, and that is the paint. So, yeah, he disappeared again, kind of got away from where he was dominant. Chokers, you like to throw that word very loosely out there.
But am I wrong? Did they choke away multiple leads?
No, I mean, when I say you throw it out there very loosely,
Yeah.
I have to agree with you that they are. I don't like to use that word. I really don't. It just sounds
By
it sounds
definition, are they
bad.
chokers?
Yes, it's a choke artist job. They lost the lead. They gave it away. It was just something that if you're old like me and Jeff, you've seen in past Spurs teams before. It hurt back then. It hurts a whole lot more now. It hurt
Mhm.
even on the biggest stage right now. It hurt a whole lot. But yeah, they did choke away a lot of these. In fact, they choked away every single game
Every single lead, yes.
to include their game 3 win. They choked that as well. So they can be considered chokers. Are they considered the worst NBA Finals team ever? Absolutely not. I
I
mean,
think you could make an argument they are.
what argument can you make for them the worst
29
NBA
point blown
Finals?
lead.
Jeff,
29 point
we've
blown
seen
lead.
teams get blown out in the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs blew out that LeBron James team.
29 point
Uh,
NBA
I
historic
get it. They had
blown
a
lead.
historic meltdown. I get that. And it's not going to be topped by anything. That is a historic meltdown.
Somebody's
But
gonna have to blow a 30-point lead for that to erase
it
from
could
history. It
happen.
ain't gonna happen.
I hope it's not the Spurs, but it can happen. I mean, anything can happen in the league. And then I think your last one, well, the players in general.
Yeah.
You just didn't have anybody show up, man. It was just a bad
Yeah.
thing overall.
All right, Rudy, what are your takeaways?
I want to go get drunk before I have to go back on my diet here pretty soon. So
No, you got a
that
few
was
hours
one
to do
takeaway. No, my main takeaways are this. When you look at the landscape of things, you got to rebound better. I mean, rebounding, and it's not so much that the Spurs lost a rebounding battle every single game. It's what we had said before. It's the timing rebounds, and it's those rebounds where you get in key moments of the game. Seem to happen a lot towards the end of the game, getting those second chance opportunities. And man, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Jeff. The OG Anunoby rebound, huge. But you know what was even bigger? Probably that Mitchell Robinson rebound at the end of tonight's
it.
game. It was just
Rudy, they
as
surrounded
big.
him. They didn't box him out. Go look at the video. They just made a circle around him.
I saw it. I don't know where the fundamentals went all of a sudden because holy cow, man. I mean, I've never seen boxing out the way that these guys didn't do. I mean, again, you're 7'5". Nobody should ever out rebound you. Nobody. I mean, you jump as high as a Kevin Durant or somebody like that, and nobody should be able to out rebound you. You should be able to box everybody out. So fatigue, tired. I have no idea, but one of my takeaways was definitely rebounding. It was rebounding. Other takeaway was an experience. It was on everybody.
Yeah. It shined bright. Yeah.
We were expecting the wheels to fall off early in the season. We expected their inexperience to fall off early in the season. Didn't happen. We got too comfortable with them being we thought this is an experienced team. Forget it. OKC ran the table last year. Well, again, I had to remind myself that they were a Halliburton ACL tear away from losing the NBA Finals.
They were on the brink.
So then again, they got lucky with their title. They got a title. Okay. But inexperience was hurting them last year as well. It hurt San Antonio this season. It hurt them in the NBA Finals, which is what it really counted. So could they bounce back? They definitely could bounce back. I've got one more, but I'm gonna save that for later. We don't even have a super chat, Jeff. This is not a super chat. If this is a super chat, then I don't know what is, but this is like a monstrous chat right here.
Let's see it.
It's $100 super chat.
You got it. That's a monster. Austin,
I'm already sending him. In fact,
you don't have to, buddy, but we appreciate it.
We appreciate that. I love, man. I mean, I can tell you right now.
My goodness, Austin.
I got a tactical.
Let's give him the applause button. The intent. I'm gonna give you the applause intent button.
Hey, nobody's got to give shit to Austin in the comments, man. Hey, he's there. He gets his name first on everything. So nobody give him crap in the comments for paid super chats. That's a big deal. He says, Stephon Castle, can you please talk about his night? I get he's not a scorer. He played very good defense, but a no-show, almost unplayable on the offensive side. But come on, man, you can't go cold now. And I'm going through it. I'm going through it, guys. Jeff and Rudy, where did it all go wrong? I need help. He needs talked off the ledge, and we did talk about Stephon Castle.
Oh yeah. I'm going to pull up his stats here for you, Austin. Here, so I'm just
Two
looking at Game 5 only, and then I'll get to
points.
overall in a bit.
2
So
points.
in Game 5, I'm sorry, Game 5, right? Duh. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a -1, missed all of his 3-point shots, and shot from the field 1 for 7 from inside the 3 line, for 14% shooting from inside the 3 line, and made 1 field goal, 10% shooting the night, 4 fouls. You know what? If he needs something to work on, homework is staying out of foul trouble. My God, that foul trouble caught up to him at the worst time too. You can get away with that against Portland. You can probably get away with that against Minnesota, but you can't get away with that when the team needs you on these very close games in the NBA Finals. He was straddled with a lot of foul issues. He's got to learn to play with more control, pace, and stop having to try to force everything. Rudy, he tries to force everything going. He just wants to crash into everything. Sometimes you don't have to crash. You can attack and pull back out and set something up.
Yeah.
I think he's out to learn that. And Austin, for this, now that was just for the game. All right, let's look at for the series. I'm sorry, for the playoff run here. So I'll pull it up here for you. So for the entire NBA playoff run for Castle, he was a plus 3.3. He averaged about 18 points per game. Right, but you look at those other things, 2.4 second chance points. I'd love to see that go up a little bit more in the offseason. For as good as a defender he is, he only averaged less than a steal throughout the entire playoffs. I find that a little surprising, but here's the money. Here's the issue. He averaged 4 turnovers per game throughout the entire postseason. That was his biggest issue. He cleaned it up. Kudos to him. But you cannot start your playoff run. Remember, he had like back-to-back 10-point turnover nights?
Yeah.
Just bad. He had effective field goal shooting at 52%. Credit to him, he did get better shooting-wise throughout the postseason. He shot 46% through the games played. But those little things matter. You can't turn the ball over. You got to stay out of a foul issue. He averaged 4 fouls per game throughout the entire Spurs march.
Yeah.
Yes, he has to learn to stay on the floor.
Well, Steph Castle, I mean, like I said, he only had one good game this entire NBA Finals, and he finished with 23 points in that game. Everything else is 14 points, 13 points. I mean, in that 23-point game being the only San Antonio Spurs win at 115-111, which is in Game 3, that again, But you gave a lot of crap to Fox, who had a terrible series, and Castle had a better series overall. But some people consider Stephon Castle Victor's second man because of the way he's been playing, the way he's played the entirety that he's been in San Antonio. So it was you're expecting Stephon Castle to have at least 20 points in at least 3 out of the 5 of these NBA Finals games, and it didn't happen. I mean, he struggled mightily tonight. And again,
what is the reason why? He just mentally wasn't there. That's what it looked like from my opinion.
That from the start. It felt like that from the start of the game. That he felt like
he was checked out or something.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know what? Going back to Victor real fast. If you want to work on anything in the offseason, how about your conditioning?
Yeah, I was tired. But
how about your conditioning? You want to go to the monks again, but be freaking running up and down those hills over there.
I mean, he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of guys.
By the way, do you think that's going to be an issue for him throughout his entire career?
Yeah.
That a guy his size is going to get gas in a long NBA season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, we have to see how long is his NBA career going to really be. I
Mhm.
mean, um, talking to some NBA, former NBA guys, they feel Victor's career is probably a 10-year career. If he can get past 10, 11,
That's short.
then that's going to be really
Yeah.
good. But it depends on conditioning. It depends on how well his body holds up. I mean, he's got a very frail frame, so I mean, the wrong step and it can cause a lot of damage. So, if you can get at least 11 years out of Victor, that's a very good career, a very long good career
Yeah.
for him. So, I would say that that's going to be a factor. So, conditioning is huge, and it's not
Mhm.
just him, Jeff. There was a lot of guys that were huffing and puffing for the San Antonio
I
Spurs.
mean, maybe Castle was one of them.
Harper, you could tell at the end he
Yeah.
was just gassed. I mean, I mean, I really don't even know if conditioning was a fact. They didn't go to conditioning drills or anything in the NBA Finals. Do you think maybe, and with Harper, I know Austin's on the ledger. We're talking him down. Trust me, we're talking him down. But he talks about the no show and the most unplayable on the offensive side. He's Where do you put Castle? I mean, I don't think a lot of people say that he has superstar potential, which he kind of does.
Kind of does, yes.
I have him more as an all-star
That's good.
potential
I'll
player.
take it.
Not a superstar, but an all-star player. And that's where I've kind of got him at. I don't think he gets to superstar potential or superstardom. I don't think he gets to superstardom in San Antonio, is what I say.
Oh, he can by
Yeah,
roster because
by roster. But if he goes somewhere else, potentially he got superstar there. I think he's an
And now think
all-star
about it. Now he has a guy named Harper, in his shadow now.
who is I don't even say probably, he's gonna be the second best player for San Antonio. There's no doubt in my mind. He's already
I think as much as it is a good problem to have with Fox,
Yeah.
Harper, and Castle, it's also a bad problem moving forward because
But
Harper shined bright, and you gotta make a decision.
what
You
I'm getting at with
start
Castle,
all three of them. You can't start three of them.
you can.
I guess you can. I guess you
You
could.
technically can.
Yes, technically you can, but the point is that even if they do or don't start, whatever, Harper's just going to be forcing this coaching staff to be like, I am not a bench player.
Well, Castle. So what I was getting at with Castle was is it me or do you guys out in our Spurs and Focus world there and Jeff Garcia as well? Is he too inconsistent to be that second guy and to even be considered, then option when it comes to winning time? Because honestly, Jeff, he kind of goes in a shell, similar and kind of not necessarily disappears, but he kind of doesn't show up when it comes to clutch time. I've noticed that a lot. He turns the ball over when he runs the point. I hold my collective breath in because I have a feeling he's going to turn that ball over, which he does a lot. He's very inconsistent when he runs that point, when he has the ball in his hands at the end of the game. At the end of the game, he has showed up in a good amount of games, but in key games, he's not quite there every time. So where do we have him on this roster? Of course, he's going to be a part of the roster unless a major trade comes through. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a part of the team, but is he really a guy you can trust in winning time?
I think so. I think you can. Determined. See, are we judging too much on sample size? I'm going
by what I've seen all year. So that's just me.
I don't know. I mean, I got to look at his clutch stats, in totality of the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
But if we look at I'm just curious, like, what is his clutch stats?
Okay.
So this was his clutch stats in the playoffs: 1.1 points, 0.3 rebounds, and he was a minus 0.8, 0.4 assists.
So that it's making me look good. It's making me look good.
3.6 minutes played in clutch time during the playoff run for the Spurs.
It's making me look good.
Here's the thing: 0 fast break points. He didn't score any fast break points in clutch time.
Which in the regular season,
clutch time as 5 minutes onto the end of the game if it's a close game.
So it made me look good then, just by telling you that.
Okay, now let's look at the regular season.
Okay.
In the regular season, 1.2 points in clutch time in about 2.7 minutes played. We'll give him 3. 0.5 assists, 0.5 rebounds, a minus 0.2 in the plus minus, 0.2 turnovers. So there you go. That's something good. But this is interesting, though. In the regular season and crunch time, 38% shooting from the 3 line, which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
But then again, that's give him 2 attempts. Interesting too. It is interesting. His true shooting percentage in clutch time in the regular season was 56%. But nevertheless, I can, if you compare these stats, it could be like, well, regular season is one thing, playoffs is another thing. And if you make the playoffs, that's when the team really needs you to level up. And if you go by the crunch numbers in the playoffs, he did not level up.
So, like I said, all the numbers show what I've been noticing is that you can't trust him in the clutch, and that's where they need him the most. So, again, that's where I'm saying I think as much hate and everything that Fox has gotten, Stephon Castle.
You see, for Fox, it's heightened. It's heightened because
it's just because of his contract. It's
not that. It's not
That's
that.
It's
a part of it. Yes.
If you pay Fox $12 million a year, like you pay Keldon Johnson, does it matter? Okay.
Give him $10, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a part of the reason why he gets a lot of he's going to get bagged on right now. Oh, he's going to get bagged on the entire offseason. It's going to be bad.
Absolutely.
It's already started already.
As much as he deserves it, he does.
Rightfully so. When
he does.
You needed him to step up in big games, like Game 5, elimination game, he did not step up. We need a veteran to say, clock management. Maybe I should run the ball down versus trying to outrun OG Anunoby on a hobbled leg that I have. Those things. And of course, he was just the label. The label is a big one for me. The label of the co-star.
Yeah.
You add it all up together. That's why I think he gets bagged on more, not necessarily because of the money.
No, and I totally get that. So I'm not defending Fox. I will be very clear. I'm not defending him on the NBA Finals, and particularly a good part, I'll say majority of the NBA playoffs. I'm not defending him on that. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of other things that you could see if you really observe the games. One of them being, another potential superstar for the Spurs and Stephon Castle. He shows up everywhere else, but in winning time. So if you're going to put winning time on one player, which it being Victor and Harper, you don't have enough clutch guys like a New York Knicks team, like potentially an Oklahoma City team. You don't have enough guys in the clutch to really be effective in big games. You need a Stephon Castle, a Dylan Harper, a Wemby, maybe potentially a De'Aaron Fox. I absolutely understand that. But where I'm in, again, I think we had a comment here a little while ago. It's also because Fox is a veteran that he gets a lot of hate.
Add that to the pile.
Add that to the pile. He had a very bad playoffs. Majority of the time, he had bad playoffs. I totally get that. I'm not defending him on that. But the other part is the fact that you've got more people all around that just are not clutch players, i.e., why you and I said before we went live, their biggest offseason move is they've got to go get a clutch guy. 100%. You cannot rely on – you can't even rely on Victor Wembanyama in clutch time right now. I mean, he's going to be there in most occasions, but in the bigger moments, he hasn't been there in clutch time. So
you also want to lump in Wemby and Team France not winning the gold? That's another big moment.
That I said that in the last show, on the last live. I said, this feels funny, right? Because they were the hottest team in the Olympics. They played against the United States. They had a lead almost the entire game for the United States.
It took Curry to go nuclear.
Only to lose it at the end. I've seen the same exact thing. So again, I can't go on the streets of San Antonio probably without getting my ass kicked for saying this stuff. But Good thing I don't live in San Antonio no more, huh?
Okay, real fast. And by the way, Austin, thank you so much, man. That was very, very generous of
Yeah.
you. We really appreciate it. Again, you didn't
I
have
will,
to, but
s-
we
I will
appreciate it.
say one thing that's on his way. I'm getting the package put together. He's got a big time tactical backpack that I was able to get for
Oh,
him.
nice.
So, I mean, big time. So that's one thing definitely heading his way. He supports us a lot. And again, you guys for
He
supporting
gave you
us.
the address already, right? You got the address.
Yeah, I've got all that. So once I get the rest of it coming in, you guys support us. We support you guys. That's the way it works here at Spurs and Focus. So appreciate it.
Exactly. By the way, we got some more comments coming in from the players now. We're talking about Wimbayama now. After the loss, he says, quote, I learned one of many things. The margin of error is very thin. No bleep. Our domination. Now I'm getting a little upset at what he said. He goes, our domination stints are absolute. We absolutely dominated for most of the series, but our errors, our mistakes are punished so hard that we can't have ups and downs like this. So much, what bothers me about that statement is you didn't you dominated. You had dominating stints. You need to have dominating games. And this whole thing, like they absolutely dominated for most of the series,
Yeah.
that's good. But what does it get you? Got you a loss in the NBA Finals. You are runner up in the NBA season. You're not going to be having a river parade. The Knicks are going to have a parade in the Canyon of Champions.
If there's even a city left, man, because they're going crazy right now.
Yeah, I bet. But look, I bet say I like the fact that he says yes. The margin of error is thin, and you can't have ups and downs. Yeah, you can't have ups and downs. You have to be, if you're consistently good as a close game performer, team, and keeping things close, then be consistent like that. Don't be up and down. 29-point lead and blow it. You win game, whether when they won game 3, right? You win game 3, it looks like you're figuring it out, and then you fall apart in game 4. They were just too inconsistent. So he goes on to say, it's painful, but I'm not running away from that. I'm using it to fuel me. I'm sure all the guys you named, they're not satisfied with being eliminated in earlier rounds or not making the playoffs against other NBA players. I'm not satisfied with not winning, but as I said, this is the biggest lesson of my life. As a team, there's no better experience than what we just lived. So they're all about the experience.
It was more of we're happy to be here.
That's what it feels like.
It's like we're just glad to be here.
Yeah. All right, Rudy, I'm going to ask you, let's do a little curveball here. Do we want to go into our standout stats, turning point, all that stuff, or do you want to just jump right into the comments?
Give me one of them. You know what? I'll tell you what. Give me the player. Let's just talk.
Okay. All right. Let's just play. Then we'll get to you guys because I see there's over 100 comments and I want to get to them. All right. So we'll just one of the categories. Here we go.
Okay, standout player for me. Obviously, I'm gonna start end the season the way I started the season. That's Dylan Harper, man. I mean, he was a bona fide star coming under he was drafted. Quickly turned into what's going to be a superstar career on the path that he's going. Definitely one of the all-time greatest NBA performances by a rookie. I mean,
he'll set any records left and right.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got to consider that a huge win for San Antonio. Didn't come up with an NBA championship similar to what Magic Johnson was able to come up with in his rookie season, but nonetheless, Dylan Harper putting together an NBA Finals run as a rookie, probably maybe would be top one day, maybe not, but for San Antonio's sake, absolutely, remarkable, fantastic, great. Will definitely be given the keys to the car next year. I'm pretty much going to be upset at the coaching staff for not seeing what everybody else sees, and that this guy deserves to be in the starting 5. He deserves to just get all the credit in the world. He hung tough. You know what? At the end of the game, he probably had a chance to make it way closer, maybe even tied the game. Who knows? But just came up a little short, man. And you know what? Not to his fault at all. Played a great NBA Finals, played a great NBA playoffs, magnificent rookie season. If he's not a San Antonio Spur, he is 100%, 1,000% your NBA Rookie of the Year. San Antonio, you got a great one in him. That's my standout player for the game, and he's my standout player for the year.
Ooh, and that we're gonna save that for a future Spurs and Focus show. But go ahead, take it away.
Sure. Yeah, standout player of the year, man. I mean, yeah, Victor got all the love for MVP, and he deserved it. He had a great season as well. But whenever Dylan played, there was very few games that you saw him struggle in. You rarely, and if ever, saw him hit a rookie wall. You rarely, if ever, saw him make rookie mistakes. He was exciting. He played the brand of basketball that you don't see from kids these days. He was able to get to the basket. He made 3-point shots. He was able to have a perimeter game. He played some good defense. He attacked the basket with authority. You saw him throwing it down on a lot of players, man.
Oh, yeah.
This rookie season that he had is not the best rookie season by a San Antonio Spur by any means, but it was one of the most impactful rookie seasons by a San Antonio Spur rookie. So yeah, standout player of the year for me is definitely number 2, Dylan Harper.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree with that. I'm going to save mine for a future episode of Spurs and Focus. I need to have some shows for down the road, guys. It's going to be a long off season. So it's got to table that. For me, in this game 5, man, it's hard to argue with you. It's Dylan Harper. It really is.
You can make a case for
an argument
too.
for Vassell. Yeah, exactly. You read my mind. You can make an argument for Vassell, but if you needed one guy that shined bright, it was Mr. Harper here. So go to dig deeper into his stats here. We go put it up here. Here we go. Where's Dylan Harper? There he is. I mean, just look what he did. In first half, 11 points. Second half, 14 points. With 4 second chance points, 5 fast break points for the game. Had a monster third period, 10 points in that period there. 3 for 6 shooting from the free throw line. The list goes on and on. He single-handedly kept the Spurs within a fight. He did. It really comes down to him. If he doesn't have this good game, the Spurs probably get wrecked tonight. So there it is. You got to give it to Harper. All right. So that's who our standout player is. It's going to be your turn to take over the mic, Spurs and Focus listeners. But before we do that, make sure to follow Rudy on X at The Sports Answer. Follow me on X at Jeff G Spurs Zone. Subscribe to Spurs and Focus on Substack. It is completely free. And also YouTube Music, Amazon Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify. Find Spurs and Focus podcast, audio, video, all that stuff on those platforms. Rudy, you have your work cut out for you, man. I see how many comments are in there. Take it away.
This is where it gets a really tough sometimes, man. But starting off tonight, his artist stream says, "Welp," and then he comes back and says, "De'Aaron Fox was the worst point guard in the playoffs. Cornette was shielded by the media the entire time."
No, I started bringing Cornette's name up a couple days ago. I put it out there. I said, "Isn't it unplayable in this series?" I think he was.
Do you think Cornette's best playoff performance was Portland?
Thunder?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thunder. It's hard to even think about it because he really was non-existent. As the best, free agent signing for them in the offseason. Really wasn't there. And Fox, the worst point guard in the playoffs. I don't know about the entire playoffs, man.
Playoffs. Well, we got the field. I have to dig deep on that. But
Scoot Henderson was pretty bad. He had one good game.
Scoot was horrible. Yeah.
I just throwing names out there. It's got to be more than that. It's naughty. It's naughty. It's like kind of just there, I guess.
Clapping hands or something. I don't know.
Like laying down. I don't know. These kids with their emojis. I have no idea. Not with Jeremy Sohan. Do the Spurs move Fox this offseason?
They can't. That contract's too huge.
Unless it's for another big-time star, which, again, I mean, Giannis, Jaylen Brown, all these guys are in play. I mean, there's going to be a lot of movement from a lot of superstars. The game was in Miami when we talked about it.
Yes, it was. Yeah, we figured that out,
great season,
It was a great season, yes.
Absolutely. It was house money the rest of the
way. We're
just
still in our emotions right now.
I'm ready for football, Jeff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you ready? Oh, well, for a Cowboys fan, get ready for more heartache, everybody.
I'm not a Cowboy fan. Oh, you called it. Derek said they're going to win, so we'll have to see. Same story every fourth quarter. It was. Fox played like trash. Castle played like trash.
Yes, he did. They both did.
Both did. Castle more so ever, I think. But
I think Fox was worse.
well, Fox had been bad the entire series, and Castle has been bad in his own way the entire series, but tonight was just horrid. Fox got to go. I defended him throughout the season, but no more. He's got to go. I'd rather have growing pains with a second-year guard and Harper, an all-star inaugural clutch player, etc. And Fox. You're going to see this a lot, Jeff.
Yeah,
a lot.
The whole offseason, he's going to get bagged on.
Yeah,
it's going to be bad.
Out of here. This is BS. Mitch putting Fox in, but not Champagne. Again, Julian not in there in certain moments. He had a really good shooting night. I don't understand why he wasn't. Bad evening, gents. This team just cared about beating the Thunder. Felt like that was their NBA title run right there. Mitch went to double down on Fox getting the ball and clutch down the stretch. You called it overreacting by Spurs fans. It's black and white. His mind hasn't been there. He's not hitting 315. Sit him. So, yeah, Fox again bagging is going to be
it's going to be the whole offseason.
Shannon Sharp said Wemby needs to take his butt to the line quick, jacking up threes. That's something that we've been saying beginning of the season. I mean, even last year when he was a rookie, we kept saying that.
Yeah.
It's too late. Why didn't Mitch Johnson to everyone who said stop giving the ball to Fox?
Well, he told everybody ahead of Game 5 in that press conference.
He's trusting him.
He's going to give Fox the ball in clutch late game situations because he trusts that he'll pull through, and he did not.
Yeah, Knicks got the payback from the Spurs in '99.
Yeah, we
Spurs
talked about
celebrated.
that.
Spurs celebrated on the Knicks home court, so yeah, that is a playback. It's always part of the script for Knicks to win. Maybe it's embarrassing now that Jalen is champion of the greatest Knicks player of all time. Absolutely not. He's not the greatest.
Ooh, that's a good question. See, the greatest. I mean,
Frazier
Patrick didn't win them a title.
Frazier. I mean, Walt
Frazier was the last one to do it.
Well, you know a little bit about Knicks.
Starks didn't do that.
Well, Starks is not an all-time Knick, dude. I can name him.
I disagree. He's treated like a
all-time Knick.
Yes,
all-time Knick. John Starks.
I'm telling you how they see Starks. I lived in New York City for 20 years
because he had a baseline dunk. I mean, I can't say that's an all. He's an all-time Knick in New York.
Yes,
but if you're looking at the NBA landscape, he's not an all-time Knick, dude.
Okay.
He's up there, but not an all-time Knick.
Okay, so Patrick couldn't do what Brunson did.
Okay.
Knicks have won now 2 titles now? Or is this the third?
Might be the third. I think they won 3 because it was Frazier in 73. Didn't they win a little before that as well? I can't remember.
I think they won one more. So this might be the third. The point is that it'll go up and down the line. That the Spreewell, LJ ones know that also the Spurs.
Yeah,
that didn't work out.
And even at that, Larry Johnson was injured, so that could have gone a whole different way.
That didn't happen. Oh my God, what else? Think about it. That team that went up against the Rockets, they got gentleman's sweep. I think it was a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, I think it was Game 5.
Game 5. Obviously, the Spurs. We all know how that one ended. Considering a lot of their all-time players did not win titles and Brunson just did, almost you could dare to say all shouldered the entire run. I think you have to put him up there.
I mean, he's definitely going to go down as one of the best players in Knicks history, but he's not the greatest Knick of all time. That's the question.
But he has a title. Ewing doesn't have a title. Oakley doesn't have a title.
But you would put him over Frazier. Really? You would put him over Walt Frazier.
Okay, you know what? Let's maybe we should start Nixon focus soon. Get some Knick guys to take over here.
Wow.
Because you could probably make an argument.
I don't know.
Their run was impressive. They won 13 games straight.
Their run was impressive. No, their run was impressive. I think that Frazier's team was the better team. I mean, they're starting 5. You had Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, Earl Monroe, and Walt Frazier. I mean, that's
tough, man.
That is a stacked starting 5.
That's a stacked starting 5. Okay, but their bench has probably got to be the thin part.
I can't remember their bench offhand, but starting 5, I would take that starting 5 over the Spurs starting 5. If we're honest,
I mean, all would at this point.
Jesus Christ, man! Thanks for that, Tim. I'm not angry or sad. I had a feeling they would lose. I think a lot of people did. I was still
holding the faith. I was still holding the faith for a minimum of Game 6.
I told a lot of people that the Knicks had to win game 5. If they didn't win game 5, the Spurs have a major opportunity. Congratulations to the Knicks. They were the better team. I wouldn't say that they were chokers because of the youth. What I do hope is that they become total animals and annihilate the competition, the completion moving forward. So again, you kind of get a little pushback. Do you consider them chokers or not? It's tough to say, man. It's tough to say if they really are chokers. I mean, this is where inexperience
By
kind of played in.
definition, they are.
It could be, and I won't argue with that. Something is wrong with this team. How do you take the leading four?
Why do I get a feeling your co-host Derek is gonna push back on me big time if we be like, Jeff, come on, Jeff, like it's here already.
You gotta wait till Friday. I'm gonna say, Jeff, call them chokers, Jeff.
But by definition, they are.
I'm gonna give him you know what, Jeff? I'm gonna start that show on Friday with the definition of chokers, and I'm gonna see if
he's gonna know exactly where we're going with
it. Can someone please box out Mitchell Robinson? That
thank you.
Still got me an offensive.
I stood up in my living room and I said, boxing out means you pushing a guy back, not surrounding him and looking at him.
Mm-hmm. Played scared. Mitch needs to be fired. Well, you're gonna get a lot of that. How much more do we get? Do we get Mitch fired or De'Aaron Fox gone? Hate that's gonna be
both,
probably even. Mitch Johnson is one-dimensional, low b-ball IQ. With his coach and Fox, the team will not win a championship. We need experienced vets with good basketball IQ. But Wemby, let Fox go and pursue Trae Young. Oof, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. No.
Fox played bad. Isn't just isolated to the final series. Need a real backup for Wemby. Stats don't care about feelings. Exactly. You shouldn't care about feelings. Harper is the future. Wemby is selling much to Trap, and he didn't. Time to fire Mitch and trade Fox. Wemby is star, and you're going to take him off. What did I say about locker room after a certain loss, Jeff? Should I remind people about that? So let me remind that when it happens. Why didn't Mitch put Grayson on the floor? Just give Mitchell a hard time. 5 straight games, you lose the lead. Trade Fox. I thought they would be a play-in team. Yeah, I mean, we all did. They were a play-in team. I said 5th or 6th seed in the West. Get a power forward beside Wemby. Get a real power forward, a good backup for Wemby who can give you scoring rebounds. Trade Fox, get a good backup point guard and a deeper bench. Giannis is coming to the purple and gold. I don't think he's going to be going to Lakerland.
I can see him going to OKC for sure if the Bucks want to blow it up.
They are going to blow it up. They don't want him in Milwaukee. Shut Fox out, get a good big, put him next to Rudy. Rudy, honestly, opinion was the greatest Knicks run you ever seen. I will say this is probably the greatest Knicks run I've ever seen. That's my honest
led
opinion.
By
Cat, OG.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was Jalen. Not the greatest Knick of all time. We got to get in on the honest worry about Cap later. It'll work. We need big, and we need someone who can keep us from tanking when Wemby says high shooting percentage can score. It's an interesting offseason. I will say, if you guys want to really start a debate, even on Spurs in Focus, with the possibility of the Utah drafting AJ DeBonza. What do you do with Lauri Markkanen?
And he that'll solve a lot of issues in San Antonio.
I mean,
signed, sealed, delivered, right there.
You automatically need a point guard in Utah. So
we got a couple of them.
We have 3 technically if you want to call Stephon Castle a point guard. So I'm sure they may be looking.
You give up Castle for a Markkanen in the deal?
Yes.
Wow.
I would. Everybody says Fox, but again, if
it's that deal, it's that contract.
It's the deal, but I think they're more opted to taking over Stephon Castle than De'Aaron Fox. So, am I lucky that Giannis Jeff is coming? That's Giannis coming, I guess, to San Antonio. If we need an Anunoby type guy, let's just go get Anunoby. That's what I've been saying. Spurs playing with house money like the Pats did in the Super Bowl with house money. Future looks good. The video coming back from New York is a typical day from what he's seen at Chili con Carlos. Yeah, I've seen some videos too, and it's just not good.
It's mayhem.
What happens when this is your only run and you played the terrorist for Fox the entire time? Wow. Didn't think that would be coming through. Can we talk about Keldon Johnson's lack of production in this series too? That was Jeff's boy to start the series, and he's definitely gone. What the percentage of the season starts? You think Spurs Knicks on the first game of the season in October? I don't know. They may play each other the first game of the season. Send in the National Guard to New York. Definitely going to need it. Spurs got out coached, period. Yeah, the Knicks were the men, but the Spurs had the lead in each game. blew it 3 out of 4 times. I want to see Barnes. Where was Harrison Barnes, Jeff?
Absent. Or I bet you he would have made a little bit of an impact in these games if they played him.
I think so. It's
Yeah.
I Am Legend out here in New York, Jeff. That's a pretty good movie. I don't know if it's definitely I Am Legend though.
Yeah.
He should have sat Fox today. He was 1 of 8 for threes, 5. With the exception of like Harper and Vassell, none of the regular players used the mid-range jumper. It was a consistent over-penetration, some of which I will blame on development. And it's where am I at here? To the east. Joel's, I was keeping track of free throws tonight, missed 6 of them, lost by 4. Last 2 games, free throws have really crept up on San Antonio. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely creeped its reared its ugly head. It's naughty for real. Let's go. Then, of course, the Austin, because he gave some super chat. There being 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the Wimby thing here. There was a lid on our basket the last 5 minutes. We had so many good looks, and they would
third
just
quarter when it
not
started.
fall. Cell phone emoji here. The stat I see the most: 12 of 37 from 3-point range. Live by the 3, you're gonna die by the 3. Brothers, the Wimby timeline has gone supersonic. This lets us grow together. Is where we got to bring in some DOGS dogs. Time to break the piggy bank. Let's party. They got to
And
bring
you
in
see,
some people.
if you can get even, I would take a guy like Josh Hart, guy like Josh Hart.
Yeah.
You know what they need? They need another Mario Ellie. They need another. Who's the other guy? Jerome Kersey. That's the type of veterans they need.
Really? What player out there is a Mario Ellie type of player?
Josh Hart, I think so. He's not going to go anywhere, but I'm just saying that build right there.
Okay, so let me throw a guy out there. What if you're able to go get a guy like a Dante DiVincenzo, Alex Caruso?
Mm-hmm.
Those types of guys,
Yeah.
do they make you automatic NBA final winners?
No, but they increase your odds of making it back for the Spurs.
Hey, before we go any further and I get to the comments, I just got a text and I'm seeing some live feed. San Antonio, please stop. They apparently downtown San Antonio, Spurs fans are chasing Knicks fans right now and starting to fight them and everything. So if there's any true video out there, I haven't clicked on the video because I don't want to click on it. We're on the show, but if it's true, please be safe downtown wherever you are. And if you're one of those guys, just stop, please. We don't need anything like that in San Antonio. Yeah, they're talking about Fox getting the being 50 year. Playing devil's advocate, the Spurs could unprotect Fox in an expansion draft. Doing so would mean that Vegas or Seattle would almost likely take him off their hands, contract and all. This is one of the comments I had circled, and I really wanted to ask you about this because the expansion draft is coming up. I've always said you protect Cornette, you protect, so and so. With this run right here, do you protect Fox in this type of expansion draft? I think you do.
You do.
I think you protect him, but a guy like Cornette is more valuable if you're able to. I mean, not as valuable if you're able to sign Julian Champagny to a big time deal this offseason. Then you make Cornette, expendable. So that's the other thing. Knicks, OKC, a lot of these teams that are built right now are going to get affected by this expansion draft coming up. So that's going to be something to see. Now the Spurs are going to Galveston, Jeff.
They're going to go to Corpus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was wondering, like the expansion draft.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there is going to be expansion draft like in the next couple of years, or when is that happening?
I want to say it depends on when Seattle and LA or Las Vegas get their team, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the 2027 summer. So next year, if I'm not mistaken, is when it should be coming up.
Okay. Maybe Fox is gone by then.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But again, every team's going to be affected because you're talking 2 teams. So you can only protect, I believe, 7, 8 players. So every team's going to be affected by it.
By the way, real fast, did you see how Wemby ended his post-game chat?
Appreciate y'all. See y'all never.
Interesting. Didn't he win the award for one of the most generous, nice NBA players to talk with after games?
Yeah, but again, I'm I'm going to say it again. A type of loss that they had and the type of series that they had, it tends to break up locker rooms.
Mhm.
It could break up locker rooms. You're starting to see a little bit of it here.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame for playing at the YMCA. Yeah, I'm a Hall of Famer with the YMCA. That is the West Side YMCA on Rudy Street. That was my main YMCA there. Congrats, New York, on your rate. 50 years, it'll be 100 before you get up to our Spurs championships. Yeah. Simple David beat Goliath. I didn't have high hopes this year because they proved me wrong. I wish they didn't go down like that. The future is bright. All I can say is both of you know is New York has little their victory, but nobody has a car and nobody has a job over there. So good luck, Jeff. You would know about that, wouldn't you? Nobody
Yes,
in New
yes.
York
Nobody
has
has
a
a
car.
car out there. I didn't own a car for 20 years.
Oh my God. So you didn't get a car till you moved back to the area,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Fortunately, the car that I had before I moved stayed at my parents, so they would use it. And when I came back, it was just there. So
Lucky dog, man. I think
yeah.
Jalen played on another level when he played at Villanova at the national championship back in 2018 when the Final Four was in San Antonio. Once it got away once again. QW, don't know. Spurs have the game in the palm of their hands and they let it go. Spurs suck. We're going to see a lot of that. Let's not get crazy now. Victor is generational. Come on, dude. Jeff knows for a fact I
Has he
stood on
reached
that.
that level because he came up short?
No, he hasn't.
No.
I mean, so the thing is, and he brought up the generational comment as well, but Jeff is very a witness to this. I never said he couldn't be generational. He's just not generational right now. That's it. He could. Nikola Jokic wasn't generational the first few years of his career. Now he's pretty much generational. So it does come up here. You guys are too chill with Mitch and Fox mess up. No guarantees. Wemby will be a Spur forever. We got to
We were
make.
chill and Mitch and Fox. We've been banging on them.
No. I don't know about the chill part, but he also says no guarantees Wemby will be a Spur forever. Let me give you a pause on that because I've been saying that for a little bit of time too here. No player on this team is guaranteed to stay. This is a new generation of NBA player. Loyalty is not in the bag. Let's be honest. It's not in the bag. What hurt to see Stephen A. Smith happy? Probably so. You don't know how many guys in this league without a jump shot that were still generational? Trying to get on. I'm trying to figure that out. I had time on that.
Too.
Spurs souls were taken after game 4. They lost by 12 throughout the game. Oh my God, Austin. The takeaway from this series was Sydney Sweeney was in the building tonight.
Well, there was that.
I should have got the credential to go to this game if I would have known that.
Rudy would have shot a shot.
I definitely would have shot my shot. When a 22-year-old drags a bunch of 20 and 21-year-olds to the finals, I think it's generational, Rudy.
Generation, you got to win titles, man.
Well, golly,
Can you say Dan Marino's generational?
Yes.
Never won a title though. Didn't win a Super Bowl.
Didn't win a title, but I mean, we've even had arguments that Dan Marino is considered the best quarterback of all time on shows. Are you talking over Tom Brady? The cases have been made, and we at the end of the day, we're like, I can accept that in some way. So I mean, I don't know if titles really mean a whole lot there. Oh, Rudy, give me okay. Talking about Austin, 4-game correction. Austin broke the super chat record. Agreed, Chilic and Carlos. If Fox is still on the team come playoff time, Spurs are choking again. Fox is absolutely everything opposite of the reason why he was brought to the team. He is garbage. We're gonna get a ton of that, Jeff. Good stuff. Austin, go big or go home. That's what I'm hoping the Spurs do. Break the piggy bank and get Wemby, Giannis, one dream, and player that they are available. Spurs have zero situational awareness from their players, coaches. If Fox is here next year, their front office too. Fox didn't have a terrible series. He had a terrible playoff appearance.
Yes, he did.
Fox needs to go in the offseason.
Did you say Fox only had like maybe 2 good playoff games?
I think Fox was more of a factor in the Portland series.
Yes. Okay,
was
so you're in my mind. Yeah, Portland was he shined bright.
He hit big shots in Minnesota and in Oklahoma, but that was it. I mean, it wasn't anything like you would have expected him. So I will say that. Let's see. Wemby needs to go at his IQ and inside game. He keeps checking up threes. We've been saying that for a long time. Cornette was to help Wemby so he can rest. Cornette was a no-show, big time.
No-show.
Stand out with Sydney. Yeah. got back at a couple of comment guys. They just went 7 games. Do we forget about that? I mean, we didn't forget about it. We called fatigue maybe being one thing, but do you get over emotional because you beat OKC in 7 games? And I mean, they went 100% Patrick Beverly, crying at the end of the game and everything. I don't care about emotion. You want to cry, you can cry. That's fine, but you still got a job to do. So, I mean, yeah, I get that. Spox is a Spur. We are doing a disservice to Wemby's legacy. Keep him away from any player and the team with a future. That there's some bad statements coming out, man. I couldn't fathom the idea of De'Aaron Fox getting that much hate, even though
it's gonna be bad the whole season, the whole offseason.
Wemby's conditioning is an easy fix. Can't coddle him all through the season. There will have to be times when he must play 45 minutes of regular season, which he hasn't done. I mean, think about it, Jeff. The reason why a lot of people didn't vote for Wemby as MVP was because he played less than 30 minutes a game this year. That was it. That was the only reason they got, was because Wemby was playing, 27, 28 minutes on average? He rarely played over 30 minutes. They didn't need him to. So, I don't know. That's to be a different full team Fox hate out there from on out. Harper is a superstar in my opinion. Yes, he is. Fox is garbage. Smartest thing Fox has done is steal $250 million from the Spurs. My God.
And it starts this
upcoming season.
Season. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Castle, but his NBA Finals. I think they got his emotions. No, he signed it to us, give us a shot in those free throws game. He can defense as well. Yeah, Harper's everything. I've always been a fan of Fox, but today I'd rather have Castle playing in crunch time over Fox 11 out of 10.
Oh, for sure. The stats proved it.
Castle in the clutch time? I don't know. I'd much rather get Harper reps and take the risk over Fox's low ceiling, watching him lay bricks. Left Walker, but he needs to play, but he needs to practice on his layups. It was a fatigue thing on that layup. The Drew Show, Castle should play point guard, small forward. Castle, I will give credit. Castle is our best defensive perimeter guy. There's no doubt about that. Not just a contract, it's also a vet. Rudy is like the Mitch with Fox. Just kidding, bro. No, I'm not. No IQ. Awareness, bad floor general, brick after brick, while being a scorer, injury prone, lost a step. Everything you wanted to know from Fox didn't happen in the playoffs. Fox is J.R. Smith and Westbrook combined. Holy cow. Candace Parker took a jab on Fox in the broadcast. The fever. I did hear that.
I heard about that. Yeah. That was
Wemby needs to develop an inside game and good to move like a skyhook or something. Absolutely. Apparently he has a skyhook. He just doesn't want to use it. I don't know why.
That's another thing he has to work on the offseason, a go-to move. He doesn't have a go-to move.
Well, he worked at the Key Milagio, and how much more do you need, man? I mean,
he ain't using anything.
I know one thing as a point guard, it's your job to get the ball to the big man down below. We literally don't have that. Lamora comments, he should dominate inside the paint. Maybe if management got his running mate instead of Luke Cornett, things would have been different. It's tough to say, man, because Cornett was really good in the regular season. I mean, really good in the regular season. And it was just kind of a bad playoff. I'm saying it was just a bad playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of signed him for both, I would think, but I don't know, man. Cornett, that was a mind boggler right there. Was Cornett blowing the lead? Let's start with the stat. Game 1, Nick led for 44 minutes and 15 seconds, won 105-95. Losing double-digit leads once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. Good job by Jacob Eric. Chilling Carlos led for 12 minutes, 12 seconds, won 105-104. The Knicks led for 2 minutes in Game 5, just makes it worse. Yeah, they didn't have the lead for a lot of time. And
that was the story. It was rinse repeat. The rinse repeat. Rudy, I said going into this game, I don't give a bleep if they're up by 20 at halftime.
Yeah.
How they finished the game.
Oh yeah. One thing, Harper is a sophomore slump. I don't think he has a sophomore slump.
No, I don't think he does.
I seriously doubt that he does. Rudy's already started drinking. Not yet. I haven't just yet. I'm on my diet tomorrow, so I can't drink no more. Can you imagine this team without Victor Wembanyama? It's a possibility. Not now, obviously, but I mean, you did see Luka Doncic get traded at one point, so nobody ever expected that. Chances Harper plays in the summer league next month? Absolutely not. He does not in the summer league play.
No, Carter Bryant, yes, not.
Carter Bryant, yes. You want to ask De'Aaron to play summer league? By all means, go ahead. But definitely not Dylan Harper, man. Trae Young, LOL. That sucked, guys. Sohan got a chip before Wemby. I
He was
already
going to
know
win
what
a
to
title no
expect.
matter what.
Yeah, he had the Spurs had the option of not to give him a
Oh,
ring.
that's right.
So
I think they would have given him one.
I don't know. I wouldn't have. I already know what to expect from the Cowboys. Seeing them lose hurt so much. Hey,
Yeah, get ready for more heartache, everybody.
Derek Irvin has the Cowboys actually doing really good this year. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. Is Jeff the next owner of the
Yeah,
Dallas
right.
Cowboys? Fox is not him.
Definitely
How
not
did
him, and
OKC
definitely not at
lose?
all.
Let's see.
They were
Knicks
hobbled.
won
That's how they were.
70-73. I'm just gonna put these in here. I don't know why, but I mean, it doesn't bother me. This is no, you suck. I got over it, or I'm got over it. Go Spurs, go!
Okay.
Congratulations, Knicks fan. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
I
Got
get
it.
that. That's cool. Because they're overrated. Rudy, Derek, and Jeff should discuss the Knicks 22 starting lineup for the 19th. Yeah, I think we will.
Very good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna get Derek on that show for Jeff because I can't believe Jeff is calling this the greatest team of all time in Knicks history. We 5-2 in the finals. I sober up. Ignore that comment. Lots of typos. Breaking. This just in. Mitchell Robinson got
probably did.
another offensive rebound. We got another super chat in here, and of course, it's from the man, the myth.
Way to go,
legend.
Austin.
Says sometimes the better team wins, and that's a tough pill to swallow. But when when it's due, I'm so incredibly proud of this team and everything they accomplished. Won the West and made the finals. Icing on the cake.
Yeah,
Jeff,
that was the cherry on top would have win it all. But if you're building a cake, Austin, they definitely got the whipped cream and the toppings. They just didn't get the cherry on top. So it's still a good cake.
I will say that Austin, that's the thing. It's a tough pill to swallow. There's only one team that could win a title every year. Everybody knows that. Sometimes you're the bride, sometimes you're the bridesmaid. Luckily, the Spurs have been the bride 5 times. And unfortunately, this is the second time they're the bridesmaid. And the good thing is that you got a team that is the second youngest team in NBA Finals history. If they stay together, even with Fox and all the issues that they've had this year, I really think this team can still be consistent. They must compete in the offseason to get some of these free agents. If you see a team making a massive trade, OKC getting a Giannis, potentially you could see Jaylen Brown maybe going to Houston as well. They've been talking about a Şengün for Jaylen Brown type of move. So there's a lot of different guys that could come out west. Giannis could potentially even end up in Golden State. I mean, there's a lot of different moves that could be made. So they've got to monitor everything. They've got to put their name in the hat everywhere that they can, make some moves to kind of keep up with everybody. Right now, this Spurs team in the West is probably still going to be the second best team if you ask a lot of people. I mean, they're probably going to have OKC first no matter what happens.
So ESPN just released this interesting image.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to say it, and it goes back to what I said earlier when you were kind of saying I'm using choke loosely. I'm not. Throughout the entire NBA Finals, the Knicks spent 24% of the time leading to the Spurs 72% leading. That's a choke job.
Yeah.
The time spent leading of all 5 games combined, the Spurs led 72% of the time to the Knicks 24%. You can't tell me this team is probably going to get that label. When you look back at the history of the Spurs, you're going to be like, yeah, that was a great team, but they're chokers. They choked away it.
Okay. And again, I don't like the word, but I don't disagree with you. What I said earlier, I don't disagree with you. To me, I don't like the word, but if you got to use it, you got to use it. But again, I mean, with Austin super chat in here and the way he talked about it, you can't be anything but proud of the team that they put on the floor. A team that was expected to win 44, 45 games, fit their 6 seed in the playoffs, minimum play in. I mean, I remember 2 years ago, I told you on other shows, I said my entire analysis had them 25-26, they would be back in the playoffs. And we're on 25-26. They made the playoffs. I had no idea they were going to be this good. I figured they would at least got into the playoffs via play-in. But never did I once have this team this good. And I made that prediction when they were able when I knew they were going to trade for Fox, which would have been a year later when they made that trade. So, I mean, I'm glad they did good. I'm glad they got as far as they did. And you know what, Jeff? Kudos to New York. they got the victory. Big deal. I mean, no big deal at all. You just got to move on from it. Appreciate it, Austin. Appreciate everything you do with your man.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
Really nice.
Got a few more good work, fellas. Let's talk. Keep up the good work, fellas. Let's talk. Appreciate it. Wemmy's not going to forget it. No, and he could come up.
No, but you will. He looked very pissed at the conference.
Last time the Spurs lost in the NBA Finals, they came back with a vengeance. Could we see that again? I mean, you never know. This comment right here. I just got an alert on this. There was a shooting.
Yeah, I'm
downtown.
seeing that too. Yeah.
So again, be careful.
There was a shooting.
Yeah.
After all, there was a shooting. I think somebody got hit.
Yeah, just be careful, guys. I remember, Jeff, I told you that I expected stuff to go down after this game either way, and it's already reared its ugly head. Spurs should go get Jose Alvarado. He's like a Mario Ellie type. Maybe so. We better, but don't touch my expensive jersey. Good luck finding a suitor for Fox balloon contract. Just gotta waive him and get over with it now. No, you don't waive him. There's no way you waive him at all. Dan Marino over Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Come on, dude. Not even the same area. LOL. Just look at the numbers. Again, that was a debate we had almost a year ago. So, I mean, we looked at all these numbers and everything, but that's NFL talk. This is a lot of team without Victor. $50 million from Fox. Send him to Rush.
Send him to Rush.
Oh my God, man. Keldon Johnson, Fox, and Castle had minimal points. Keldon Johnson didn't show up at all, man. Mitch Johnson deserves a lot of blame for these finals.
Does he need to return the 6-man award? No, that's regular season. That's
regular season. But like I said, even at that, in the regular season at the end, he kind of faltered a little bit there.
Oh, I'm glad he brought up this comment. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Also, congrats on Spurs in Focus. First season complete. Hell of a first season.
Yeah. I want to speak on that. Thank you for Super Bar. Spurs in Focus, who actually developed, can I say this? Not out of my control. I guess that's the best way to say it. More like
it was out of your control for it.
It was out of my control. It was out of my control. And I didn't think it was going to take off. Just certain situation happened. I'm not going to talk about it. But so this was just more really people that are close to me, from Rudy to Mike Jimenez to a certain other individual that they know what happened. And they were like telling me, no, just keep on going. You could do something on your own. So I did it. And I didn't really go back. I didn't promote it. I didn't do any long Twitter posts like, hey, everybody, something happened. And here I am. Everybody, I just put it. It was just another day.
Yeah.
And I put it out there and I didn't make a big deal about it, but boy, did it take off, man. So thank you, Super R Bar, for mentioning that. That means a lot to me right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, first full season, and I'm sure there's going to be way many more seasons to go here. I'm technically a free agent this summer, Jeff, so I need you to re-sign me if you.
Oh, damn it! How about a bag of hot fries?
That wouldn't be on my diet. How about a bag of veggie chips, and we're good. You got me for another 5 years. Chips. The inexperience got to us. Too much emotion was spent on knocking OKC the series. Yeah, remember I had told you about the Magic against the Rockets. The Magic were a young team coming in on fire. Same with like San Antonio, but the Rockets had the veterans on their team. They took care of business. That is the exact same feeling that I got when it came to the Spurs in this series as well. So, do y'all think Mitch Johnson should give him Plumlee and Olynyk as opposed to Cornette? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You signed him for a reason. Good evening, gentlemen. I didn't catch the game. Rehome's in here. I didn't catch the game as I was working, but I want to say great job covering the season. Looking forward to many more, maybe, and I can get with you on both soon. Yeah, Rehome's definitely he's definitely invited. So he can be on the box score, he can be on Sports Answer, he can be on Spurs in Focus. Everything's good right there. So I remember that first loss in the Blazers series when Wemby left the game. I came out here to say God let us down. It is too consistent. You said he is a max player. They have to pay someone. Yeah, I mean, so I defended because everybody brings up the money part. And I'm just talking about the money part with Fox. He got his max deal based off of what he did in Sacramento. Don't count what he's done in San Antonio. When you do something with Sacramento and you get traded, I'm guarantee you 99% of the time when you get traded, that team you're going to understands they're going to pay you what you want. I mean, that's why they're trading for you as well. They understand that. So what he did in Sacramento, basically earned him the money that he's getting paid now. So that's why I said you really can't say, well, he's getting paid X number of dollars. He was going to be promised that money, whether it had been San Antonio, Sacramento, Golden State, wherever he went, he was going to get that kind of contract. So the Spurs knew what they were getting, and that's really all I can really say on that, man. 72-24. That math ain't mathing. LOL. Who led the remaining 4%? The refs.
That was a tie. That was how much? It was tied 4%.
Yeah, definitely. Wrong. Spurs organization doesn't make bad deals like that historically. Hope you know you were wrong the whole time. Richard Jefferson was a very bad deal. I remember that deal. Hell, the Pau Gasol deal was a horrible deal if you look at it closely. So they've made a fair share of bad deals in the end there. But neither Richard Jefferson never took him to an NBA Finals or was a part of a Finals team.
Yep.
Pau Gasol wasn't a part of a Finals team, so I guess one check mark for a guy that everybody hates. Jeff, did both mayors have a bet? Don't know.
Oh, the mayors. I don't know. I don't know.
I know the Zoos did. So
the Zoo did, yes.
We're gonna have a Knicks flag flying at Tim.
Yes, we are.
Oh my God. Dan Marino, we'll get into that later, man. Jeff will sign Rudy to a lifetime contract to Don Pedro.
He's on a diet. I can't do that deal.
Yeah, I can't do the diet. I have one last comment. One last thing. Mitchell Robinson just grabbed another rebound, Jeff. Okay, then speaking of Jeff, the guy was off as a commentator. I can't stand him as a commentator. How focused are you now? Knicks champs. Woo, we're ending it on.
We gave the Knicks their due. We congratulate to start
congratulations,
the show.
Knicks.
We start the show. We congratulated the Knicks.
We did. This is not Knicks in focus, so we can't focus on them the entire time. But we did.
Man, we ran through those comments. And everybody, thank y'all for leaving those comments, man. It's funny. Rudy texted me and said, like, I don't want to go long on the show because they lost, and here we are at 2 hours. So there's that.
I know.
By the way, if you're out, not celebrating, but drowning your sorrows, don't get into fights with Knicks fans. They're probably going to be on the streets. They're going to learn a quick lesson, though, that San Antonio is not New York, and the bars don't stay open past 2 a.m. So they're about to find that about an hour and 15.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a second super chat.
Got a super chat that just came in. It is Austin again. So he says, life is all about blessings. Thank you, Rudy and Jeff. Thank you and Rudy and Jeff for an amazing season covering the Spurs. And one more thing, Rudy re-signed the Supermax ASAP. I was shipping. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait for next season. So apparently Austin's chipping in to re-sign me, Jeff. So there you go.
Yeah, you could get him the 2 extra bags of veggie chips with that. Yeah.
Oh, I would love that, man. So Austin, this has been a great first season for Spurs in Focus. As Jeff mentioned, it was just kind of something that he kind of talked about with me and a few other people. I really told Jeff, you know what, if you do it, I will give you the platform. I will help you in all that I can. It's gone from an idea to an experiment to probably now the best Spurs podcast show in town easily. I mean, every single night we get tons of great viewers. So, and the good thing about it is that we don't sugarcoat it, guys. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. We call it like it is. If the Spurs are playing bad, they're playing bad. If they're playing great, they're playing great. But even in their great games, we still find some negative stuff to talk about because why? We're not the fair-feathered fan. We're not here to just wear our Spurs jerseys all the time and, sing Kumbaya. We're here to give you the best coverage when it comes to San Antonio Spurs basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and again, we appreciate everybody. Just by the way, just because the season's over doesn't mean we stop. Now, the frequency of live shows and podcasts slow down. So probably starting on Tuesday, I think, Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday will be the one, and I'm going to reduce it down to maybe 3 shows a week versus every day. We may reserve one of those 3 for a live show. Rudy's been kind of on that side to get live shows more frequency.
Yeah,
I'm more of the recording, but nevertheless, you will get a show. Just expect it to kind of drop down from every day to about 3 a week. So at least we'll catch up on the latest Spurs news. So looking back at the season, looking ahead, we got the draft, we got summer league.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff coming up here.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying we got a bunch of stuff coming up here.
Okay. So yeah. Just because season is over doesn't mean we got player exit. Well, the exit interviews are literally happening right now. So that's it. If y'all don't know, the Spurs don't do formal exit interview days. Whenever the last day is, that is the last day, and then they just knock them out quick.
Yeah.
So that's but hopefully this show will continue to grow in the offseason. Draft coverage is right around the corner. The Spurs have about three draft picks, I believe. total. So we'll get into that. And just whatever else pops up, and even just check out on you guys, see what's going on. Even we were talking about the stupid stuff, that like who has the latest mural, because there will be a point where it's going to get dead in the off season. So be ready for those shows.
We
later.
can
But everybody,
a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
we can find a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but everybody who left a comment tonight, thank you so much. Season's over. It didn't end the way we wanted to, but overall, it was a good season. We'll have shows about that, player spotlights, et cetera, et cetera. So there'll be more from me and Rudy, and of course, all the other guests that come on Spurs in Focus throughout the week. Rudy, thank you for helping me out. Again, as you know, it was something that was done kind of dirty, and it was egregious. So, but thank you for helping me.
Sure.
Spurs in Focus, and it's just beginning. Everybody got strong numbers, strong subscribers, strong fan base, a lot of stuff ahead for you guys. So we appreciate it. And Rudy, talk to us about the answer.
Yeah, so you can catch myself, Derek Irvin, on Fridays over at the Sports Answer, the Friday Drive. Best way to get to us is Answer Now TV on YouTube, as well as Boxscore Studio TV on YouTube. You can catch our show every single Friday. Derek Irvin and myself, we talk everything NBA basketball, off-season stuff, NFL. We're getting more into NFL talk since the season's right around the corner. Everything sports-wise. We even dive into some old NBA talk as well, since Derek was a former player for the New Jersey Nets. And he's kind of the brother of a certain Spur. He's an OK Spur. George Gervin. He was decent. He's okay. He's not too bad. But yeah, definitely. We'll also probably have some World Cup talk coming up here very soon. So yeah, we got a lot going on over at the Sports Answer on the Friday Drive with Derek Irvin and myself.
Rudy, now that the Knicks have won the title, do you think Oakley is allowed to go back into MSG?
I hope so, dude. I hope so. They've got to figure something out, man.
Yeah.
At least let him be a part of the celebration in New York. It's Charles Oakley, dude. He was the heart and soul of that team for a long time too.
Hey, it's the time to mend fences now.
I hope so. I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he was in San Antonio, because he can do it in New York.
Yeah.
He probably, But anyway, Rudy, again, everybody follow Rudy on X at The Sports Answer. He'll have a show this coming Friday where you're catching up in the entire sports, where I know he's going to be busy with NFL. That's right around the corner. Yeah. So, and actually always told Rudy, he's a better football analysis guy than he is NBA. That's he's good at both, but he gets a lot more passionate with football. You could just see it. So if you're a big NFL fan, go check it out. By the way, now y'all got some free time. The San Antonio Toros start their season technically today, because it's going to be 1 in the morning. But it's a short season too. They only play like 2-3 home games. That's it.
Yeah.
And they don't really have. They have like a 2-game playoff system. Like if you just win your first playoff game, you automatically go to the title championship. So it's quick. So if you got some time, tickets are $10. Yeah. It's streaming online on YouTube. Just go to San Antonio Toros. You can watch the game, support them that way. Game 1 home opener is today or tonight, technically, against the Tall City team. I'm trying to get used to the new teams here. So, but I'll be there tonight to cover it for y'all. So if y'all want to go to the SA Toros game, go check it out. Go to their website, San Antonio Toros. You buy some tickets there. They have a new playing spot. They're not going to be at UIW anymore, University of Carter Word. They're a place called the Wheatley Stadium. I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's
the Wheatley Stadium.
I've heard of it. I've just never been, but it's Wheatley Stadium.
Yeah, so they're going to be there now. So that's something to do to occupy your time. Get a little pro football while you're waiting for the NFL season to start. So go check it out. And everybody else, we thank y'all for making Spurs in Focus your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Unsubscribe to the rest. You only want to come here to Spurs in Focus every day, every time you want to get some talk about the silver and black. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Amazon Podcast. Substack is free. Spurs in Focus Substack. That'll be alive during the offseason as well. Completely free. Sign up right now. And everybody, we thank y'all once again. Season's over, but we're just beginning here at Spurs in Focus. So for Mr. Rudy Campos, I am Jeff Garcia, and now you're in focus with Spurs in Focus.